So if any black people want reparations
and want to stay a star, and don't want to have to worry about
tethers,
trying to be all in the video,
speaking for black people,
dancing,
come to New Black Media and the Black Grassroots. Peace.
We know what the federal government says happened here. There was a time when we could take them at their word. That time is long past. That is why we are calling on ICE to halt all operations in Portland until a full and independent investigation can take place. Our community deserves answers. Our community deserves accountability. And most of all, our community deserves peace. ICE agents and their Homeland Security leadership must fully be investigated and held responsible for the violence inflicted on the American people in Minnesota, in Portland, and in all the communities across America. The Federal Protective Service claims values such as service, integrity, honor, and vigilance. This is the moment to live those values, not behind masks, not through intimidation, but through transparency, accountability, most of all, humanity.
Tick faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick Bastardly and Muttley with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods. Giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
All right. Welcome once again to the Independent Black Voice. I'm your host, beatzillapdx official. And we are here live on a Saturday afternoon or evening, depending on where you were at. Also, we are having the first live of the year. So, family, as you are coming into this broadcast, please like this broadcast, share this out on your social media if you would, and tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, and tell that friend to tell another friend. And so we are here, like I said, live. This is not a tape delay. You are looking at me live and direct, just as I am looking at y'all in the chat. So as we are coming on in, if you have not already subscribed to this channel, please do so now. Hit that notification bell. Hit the word all. That way you'll be notified anytime this channel goes live or a video is uploaded or premieres. And you could also become a member of this channel and support the channel that way. And as my members know, majority of the premieres and some other videos will be in the members area, and also they will have previews of some videos that may air a little different at the time where everybody sees it, but and also I still have other things planned for the members area once I can get this year moving. So looks like YouTube is playing with the numbers a little bit today, like they always do. This is one of their favorite shadow ban spots. So make sure that you tell a friend. We need to boost the numbers over here. We are now over 2,600. And I would imagine that people have to understand that this channel is severely shadow banned. And forever. Since the existence of this channel, the real true numbers of this channel have never, ever been reflected. So, there's that. But nonetheless, we are still here in, I believe, is year 6. Year 6. This will be year 6 of this channel. Yeah, this will be year 6 of this channel. So, thank everybody who's been rocking with this channel from day one. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. We have a marathon that we are running. This is not a sprint. And if you guys are noticing, like you're seeing, I got like my wife got me one of the incense. We have like these cones, and so you might see that waft past the screen, but that's just incense, folks. You know, I like the ambiance when I start these broadcasts because hey, you know, I might go for a while. So we like to set the mood, you know. So nonetheless, let me see who we got in the house. We got Crew Reality in the building. What's going on, my brother? Good to see you in the building. Good to see you in the building. Man, you just sent me something too. I ain't got a chance to look at it, but salute to you, my good brother. We got Stolen Ancestors in the building. Salute to you. Thank you for being here as well. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and all the good members of the channel. Salute to y'all. Thank you for being a member. And Crew Reality is a member as well at one period in time. So salute to you, my good brother. Thank you for being a member. I hope you can renew that membership. We got Devin Nicole in the building. Good evening to you. Thank you for being here as well. And we got our good brother, let me correct that. The Church of Black Power in the building. What's going on, my good brother? Good to see you in the building. Shalom and salute, family. Beatzilla, Crew Reality, Stolen Now, Ancestors, and Devin Nicole. Salute to each and every one of you. You know, saluting each other in the chat. I appreciate it, and salute to that good brother. I'm sure I know a lot of you guys tune in to him as well. And salute to you and thank you for being a member of this channel and being part, because you're one of the cats that is a voice out here that actually does, you know, you see some of the stuff that I don't put out. There's also another video I'm gonna have to re-examine. How many of y'all actually watched the Zilla Perspectives videos? Have y'all seen any of my Seattle vlogs? I'm just curious. Because there's a few things in those Seattle vlogs that I might just go revisit with the members, just on some quick, you know, having a good time with the family type time. So that will not be aired for the general public. But there's some things in there that you guys might catch because I made note that they're in there. But people probably just look at the video. If you haven't watched them, you don't notice these little parts in these videos. And there's some stuff I cut out. So there's some stuff that I'll be the behind the scenes footage that you guys might get a chance to see. But I got us some Seattle videos. Me and the wife were out and about, just kind of took a quick mini, what they call a vacation. So we just rolled up to Seattle for a weekend. And it happened to be the weekend while they were opening their new pier. So that was cool. They opened their new pier. Bilal was performing when we got there. We actually had some other friends that were performing, but we didn't get a chance to make that. But you know, it's something to see. That's like the biggest town outside of Portland, out in this region. So, like y'all that live on the East Coast, y'all can be driving, and 2 hours you're here, 2 hours you're there, and y'all going to major cities. You drive 2 hours east from here, you're looking at cows. You drive 2 hours south, you're looking at cows. And then a brief stop in Salem and a brief stop in Eugene. And then past that, cows. 10 hours of cows. You go out east, 6 hours to the border, cows. Don't ever come to Oregon and let them overcharge you for Black Angus. We don't have any other cow. Don't ever let them overcharge you for Black Angus in the state of Oregon. You understand me? If you drive through this mug, you'd be like, there's nothing but Black Angus cows out here. Don't get overcharged, folks. Yeah. Stolen ancestors, you from here. Like, listen. And Black Spider, you from up the way. Yo, it is Seattle and it's Portland. And then outside of that, like to where I'm gonna go see the folks, Seattle. That's it. And you going out east, that ain't us. I mean, shoot, for the longest, like in the 80s, 70s, and 80s, Black folks didn't drive east. They drove south to go east. You understand? So there's places in Oregon that, you know, Black folks just absolutely will not be found. You better know it. This place ain't Little Dixie for nothing. They call this place Valhalla for a reason. This is literally where they believe their white utopia, the white heaven, where white supremacists die and go. They call this place that. The Portland flag is very similar to that flag as well. Go figure. Yeah, stolen ancestors, you already know. You from out here, so the things that people don't know, and we're going to talk a bit about some Portland history today, as well. So let's get into what we are talking about first, and that is the distraction wars. We have a major situation of distraction wars. You guys understand? You know, if I know, man, sis, let me tell you. For folks who have been out this way, then they'll know. Jason Black has told many people, but Jason Black said he drive through Oregon, he keep his candy bar on him, so he keep his hand on the handle. And, you know, I will say, outside of like our area, like I remember back in the day when a lot of folks was getting, Black folks was getting into trucking out here. And so we got a chance to see quite a few of these young up and coming Black truckers blow through town. So when he tell you what he tell you about Portland, that's real. And he know what being off of what is now called Rosa Parks, but Portland Boulevard. He know what being on Portland Boulevard and Interstate look like. But brother, that is awfully cheap gas. Oh, and stolen ancestors, by the way, the gas station on Lombard and MLK is gone. It's a big old empty field. Like the big old Arco right there, it's gone. Whole joint gone. It's gone. Yeah, I figured you didn't know. Yeah, it's gone. That whole quarter, it's empty all the way to the wall where the apartments are. It's gone. Yeah, they've changed some things around here. So folks just sharing tidbits of Portland information. Let me get y'all on the screen. There you go. So Nightbot in the building. See you, thank you. So the distraction war. One of the first distractions that we have had has been the tethers. And tethers centering themselves in the conversation based off of our delineation. because our delineation revealed some things. What did it reveal? Well, number one, that people have been gaining financial stability by using our struggle. They've been able to get educational advancements based off of our struggle in flat blackness. That's why you have so many of these foreign students at HBCUs. Those HBCUs, those are schools. Literally, HBCUs is the same theory of birthright citizenship in the first place. It was meant for the children of the slaves. So then we get these people here and they say, what? You with black people, what do they say to us about essence? Then they say something about culture evolving. Well, then when we're delineating, our delineation is an evolution of us saying, hey, you know what? We really don't identify with these Africans. Black are you 365. Yes, indeed. Thank you for being here, Black First. Appreciate it. And of course, thank you for being a member. So you understand, like, it also exposes them to pressure from their enemies. Because again, using the shielding and the protection of foundational Black American freedmen, whatever name you want to use, because I know so many people are triggered by hearing foundational Black American and say that doesn't exist. When only one word that you can omit, foundational, which is literally describing an action. But there's no such thing. So are Black Americans not foundational to America? I've asked this question so many times, and then that's, you guys are just Nashedians. I didn't ask that. What I wanted to know is our lineage, because see, when you start asking true lineage questions, these people get lost. I'm not focused on what one man's talking about. He has popularized the term. You guys are deranged based off of your hatred or jealousy and envy of him. That doesn't change the way we identify out here and how we know what our lineage is throughout our generations in this land. It's amazing to me that we see tethers always feeling like they can come around us, tell us about our lineage and tell us about our people. And, you know, I actually was going to save this part until later, but I guess I just got to get this out of the way right now. So let's go to a new segment of this broadcast that we will call Tether Tantrums. Because there's so many people that have an issue with us making our delineation claims in our delineation movement. So let me see, where shall I start? I'll start with this one here.
And I'm just going to say this. If you are one of those Black Americans that claim they are indigenous and native to America, they are indigenous and claim they are indigenous and claim they are indigenous and native to America, that's your business. Please do not come over on my page and try to tell me about my history. I don't give a fuck about your history. Do not come over here and try to tell me where I'm from and where I'm not from. That's your business. Indigenous and they are indigenous and that claim they are indigenous and native to
Oh, she ate on that one, huh? Because, you know, those of us who believe we are indigenous to this land, indigenous. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's keep going.
I wanted to ask African Americans how you guys feel about FBA and them denouncing their African ancestors. I find it so disrespectful.
First, let's identify the fact that she has a British accent. So she finds the fact that we denounce. Here's another thing about this whole denouncing thing. We've been here for hundreds of years. And for all of you DNA people, they can only go back like 5 generations. Well, you have been here in America for much longer than that. So you will not be able to tie your lineage to some African country, because the country didn't exist when your lineage was in America. It's just basic math. I mean, we're looking at timelines, things that I don't know. Don't listen to me. Okay. So we are going to, and I ask this all the time, we're going to overlook our own ancestors to whom we know of these generations here in America for a place that we have no connection to. We absolutely have a connection to our bloodline here in America, and we inherited the stories and the I guess the inner resistance from our ancestors to this wicked devil. So there are things right there that set us apart. And one of the biggest things that sets us apart because of our ancestors in America is we never bowed to colonialism. That's why I always say we are the oppressed, not the colonized. The colonized they've quit. There's no fight in a colonized mind. Everything for them rests in the white man being God. So why are you beefing with us? Let's just have a safe life underneath these people. And that's where their ceiling is. We don't live like that. And they have a hard time with the delineation because they understand that when we stop being top flight security of the world, these people have to fly on their own, and all of their dirt that they do amongst themselves, because of course here's probably another Nigerian telling us about how, man, you guys aren't embracing your culture from Africa and you hate the motherland. Yeah, miss me. Let's hear her out.
Like, I know that the majority of African Americans are very proud of their African ancestry, acknowledge that their ancestors come from Africa, but also acknowledge the fact that African Americans have built their own Black culture in America. Nobody's taken that away. Like, we know it is your own Black culture. Yes, some of that Black culture and some of the subcultures of the Black culture in America has roots on the continent of Africa, as we know, especially in places like New Orleans, especially in places like Louisiana. Is Louisiana and New Orleans the same place? I don't know, but you guys know what I'm saying, right? So I'm aware of that this African American culture is a standalone culture that you.
Wow. Sage, if you are watching right now, brother, we had a space some years back, and there was a guy that tried to lie about the origin of jazz in New Orleans. He also tried to say that Dizzy Gillespie was from Africa and was embracing his African culture, was inspired by Africa. Well, subsequently, one of our good brother Sage's friends just so happens to be related to Dizzy Gillespie. And so all of the lies that were told about Brother Dizzy were debunked in real time by the family member that Sage was able to get on the phone. And again, because in this day and age of our culture, we are so interconnected. We're not connected based on fame. That's why people wonder why so many people know each other before everybody else. It's because that's how our community is in America. So you don't know who we know, how we are connected. I know this one for a fact. Because people would never, I would never think that these people know that person. We're already intertwined long before you guys hit the shores of America. It's new to y'all. But understand, everything that our community has in common, we know you don't. So when you come to us and say, oh, Black Americans, you guys hate you guys say you got your culture, but even that was influenced by Africa. No, ma'am, it was not. There's nothing in Africa that says clap on 2 and 4. That is us thing over here. 1 foot down. 2. Y'all don't do that. Let's come on now. We got a super chat. It says, you see the chat got video saying, we are the first people of this world. Our ancestors was here first, but I knew this. I knew this. They confirmed it. John Hancock, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours. Thank you so much. And I agree. This is the thing. These people are so used to the I'm white and I say so playbook, and it's worked for so many years because they could dictate our own history. Then it was on ChatGPT. Okay, gotcha. But let's go back to this woman because, again, it's interesting to hear how much they're pleading. And I say, this distraction is only there because that we are no longer playing a security guard or security blanket for these people. And now they got to deal with the devil of this world, unprotected from our presence. Of course, though, we're just Takatas and we don't have any culture. But okay.
Guys have created. But never in a million years would I thought there'd be a group of people that absolutely, completely denounce being African at all. Especially when you're out here looking a whole Senegalese. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And then how could you disrespect the very people who are responsible for our freedom today? Like, I can't fathom ever disrespecting the motherland. And as Jamaican as I am, and as patriotic as I am, I absolutely love being Jamaican. I am so proud to be an African. I'm so proud to have my ancestry. I'm so proud to be of Maroon descent and have so much African DNA.
Maroon? Not the American Maroons. This is an educated trickster right here, huh? So, as you guys know here, because I can speak of this because I hail from it. She's trying to sneak in through the French door. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like she's trying to sneak in through that French door. Slave catching Jamaican maroons. I mean, like, wait a minute. You ain't going to, like, you're going to have to clarify that, ma'am. Because, yeah. See, and the Ninja people, they be lying. See, these people, they come, well, she says she's proud African and Jamaican. There's a class of Jamaicans that do come from Africa, but they look down on the descendants of slaves of Jamaica. I met them when I was in Canada. And so the whole thing that she's doing right now, that's not legit. So I'm just explaining the dynamics that, like, again, because see, when they get around white people, they show the hell out. So up in Canada, they have their enclaves. I'll tell you, man, and their jealousy against foundational Black Americans, even up in Canada, you have fled from your Caribbean birth country. You're living up in Canada in the freezing cold. Y'all got packs of snow on the side of the road like 6 feet. But you still worry about hating on us. But another thing they was also scared of, like, everything was like boys in the hood. No, it ain't. But so these people up there in Canada, they are, there is the class of African Jamaicans, and then there's the class of Jamaican descendants of slaves. So there's 2 different classes of Jamaicans. And they come over here, they start getting on here trying to tell you, like, oh yes, I'm an African and I'm a Jamaican and I'm proud. Yeah, but you ain't proud to be a descendant of a slave, because one of the things, like you told us when we were in Canada, we were never slaves. I heard that back in 1997. Tell me nothing. Miss me. So I just want y'all to know kind of the element of what she's playing on. So she's being dishonest with what she's doing right now. So just to forewarn you, she's what she's doing right now is coming from a dishonest position.
I'm just so confused how you just denounce who you are. And I understand there's this like search for identity and meaning and wanting to be very grounded in your Blackness, but that doesn't mean to completely denounce your ancestors and denounce who you are with all that they went through. And I keep seeing multiple different arguments about the ships and where are they, and they couldn't have carried that many millions of people. Well, they did. They did carry, they packed us up like sardines. They did. It is proven. It's a proven fact.
Ma'am, us is just another version of
we.
No. Y'all see what she's doing? She's the one ship that took us off there. Knock it off.
There's evidence of it. Like, I do think it's like, I do think it's an absolute shame to witness. It's an absolute shame to witness this. Like, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, my son wants American style chicken noodle soup, so I'm going to go and get the groceries for that. But hopefully African Americans can discuss this with me in the comments, because I genuinely, I can't wrap my head around it. I just find it so incredibly disrespectful. Yeah.
Incredibly disrespectful, huh? Okay. That sounds nice. And I guess me, as a foundational Black American, a freedman, descendant of the indigenous, I guess maybe I'm not the best authority to speak on the connection here with Africa and whatnot. And, a lot of people say, and here's the other growing thing, most of you guys and Black people in America are Nigerian anyway. And so this is another con and a ploy to get us to start turning to Africa and look to Africa. Well, what does an actual Nigerian think about that?
Today I'm hot, so let's talk. There's a clown from my past who follows me on here, and I'm pretty sure he'll see this video. Or if he doesn't see it, if this video goes viral, he'll see it, definitely. I remember when I first got my home back in Texas when I lived in America. There's this Nigerian man that I used to know. No college degree, no reasonable job whatsoever, yet this man scammed his way into money for him to take to Nigeria to build a mansion in his village. And I remember this clown clowning me for buying property in America and now going back to Nigeria to invest my money in. And I remember wasting my breath trying to educate this Aturumbise that the problem is not just investing in Nigeria. Nigeria is not stable enough for somebody like me to invest in. The lack of infrastructure, the lack of security, no constant electricity, and just how comfortable the average Nigerian is in mediocrity. And the ridiculous amount of crime in the part of Nigeria that we're from. How do you think someone like myself who left Nigeria many years ago will be able to comfortably and confidently invest my hard-earned money in Nigeria while trying to maintain my sanity and my safety? Do you not think I want to invest my own money in my own birth country? But where? How? Because wishful thinking is not cutting it. I am a realist. Now, this same goat pepper soup head, after he has built his mansion in Nigeria that he did not work hard for, told me that he cannot confidently and comfortably live in his mansion in Nigeria because he does not feel safe in it. There is no peace for the wicked. This is the small mind mentality that a lot of Nigerian men have. And when you live in a place like Houston, Texas, where there are literally Nigerians in every fucking corner, you just have to tolerate it. It's not about running to Nigeria to invest. Is the country safe? So much inequality, so much poverty. On top of that, you now still they won't begin. Do you think that the people who are poor around you will feel comfortable to see you just because you went to America and touched money and built mansion and they will let you drink water and leave your cup? This is a sad ass country that the government can literally choose to demolish your house and there's nothing you can say about it. This is a sad ass country where you can be kidnapped in your own house and there's no one coming to save you. Nothing you can do about it in your country. You are having a medical emergency. There's no ambulance in Aba, Kofoguri International Airport to fly you out. This is in part one of the consequences of not being honest with ourselves as to how unsafe our country has become. We keep lying to ourselves that things are not that bad because it does not concern you today. Tomorrow it will be your turn and I'll tell you I told you so. If you like, continue building your mansions in your village because you are the king of the land, traditional man. Mansions that you can't even comfortably live in because
Yikes, man, that sucks, huh? I mean, but we're disrespecting our ancestors and blah, 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 right? Meanwhile, while you're so upset of us delineating, you guys aren't comfortable living in your own countries with money. I think we're doing quite okay being with and amongst ourselves here in America, if you don't mind. You know what I'm saying? So, just, yeah, we can address that there, because at the end of the day, what do we see? Y'all don't even want to be in your own homeland. But we're supposed to fall in love with Africa. Okay. Maybe not. I think the people here in this chat would agree. Yeah, we're cool on that. So that has been one part of the tether tantrum. The tether tantrums, and that's been one part of the distraction wars, have been the tethers. And they've pretty much been neutralized, because right now you have a lot of even the black conservatives that are seeing the writing on the wall, that, because the white conservatives can't get along right now. They're over here at each other's throats. One person, they can't trust the next, because at the end of the day, there's no honor among thieves. They've ran around calling themselves Christians for God knows how long, knowing they're not Christians at all. They're they're so far from anything religious, other than a wicked Satanist cult. But they call themselves this, they call themselves that. We see they are not. It's one thing we can see. Thank you. Okay, do that right there. And let's see, I need to go here. Let's see, where do I need to go next? Oh, I know. So like I said, they got a few people that are, I guess, looking to make their appeal to the white conservatives and saying, hey, look at me. I'll do your bidding. I'll get on the internet and start making videos talking crazy about black folks. I believe white people done did so much to help white black folks that, I don't know what's wrong with you. Don't take my word for it, folks. And then somebody told me this woman is a conservative that ran for something, but good Lord. This one
says, in housing, in welfare, they have tried everything to help black people out.
Yeah. Oh,
says, in housing, in welfare, they have tried everything to help black people out. I personally believe that white people need reparations at this. I was telling my girlfriend, at this. Personally believe that white people need reparations at this. Personally believe that white people need reparations at this. Personally believe that white people need reparations at this.
This is the thing of the conservative movement. They go get these tethers, drape them in an American flag, and run them out there and say, black people don't need no reparations. At least we understand what we're talking about and asking for. But instead, they drape this woman in the American flag, run around to say, black people don't need no reparations. Ingenuous to reparations. Ma'am, if we were suffering like waterlogged, if we were getting rescued and needed CPR, well then yes, we need some respiration. If we choked in a restaurant on a chicken wing, then we need somebody to come and give us the Heimlich. We need some respiration. If my heart stopped and I need them to come hit me with the defibrillator, I need some respiration. But what foundational Black Americans and freedmen are asking for, we are talking about reparations. See, this is what you see on the screen, ma'am. It says reparations. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I get it. Y'all came all the way over here to America to do what?
Toby be good nigga for massa. Toby be good nigga for massa. Good nigga.
Got it.
I was telling my girlfriend, I said, white people need reparations. White people need reparations from the government because they didn't just send y'all Negroes back across the seas after they freed y'all. But white people have been.
People like this are disgusting. After they freed y'all, how about the time that, why would they have to free anybody? Why are we acting as if that ordeal that someone has to be freed from this person's clutches, you're saying they're the victim? You got to be in one kind of sick delusion. And what I don't understand is how all these idiot Pan-Africanists, see, what they like to do with people like this is come around and say, oh, well, you just like Republicans. No. Contraire, mon frere. What she is anti-foundational Black American. And so this comes in because she's a Republican. It can be called out. It can't be called out because she's a Democrat doing exact same thing. Undermining our rep, because somebody tell me what's the difference in this woman right here and the Congressional Black Caucus? Can somebody explain to me the difference? Yeah, let's let her finish.
Suffering with y'all for 200 years, and they sick of y'all. They sick of, it's never enough. It's never enough. You want
200 years after. So wait, they suffered with you for 200. Number one, that's wrong. But they suffered with you after having you in hardcore evil bondage. And listen to the way she's talking.
Want freedom? Okay, they gave you that. You want welfare? They gave you that. They gave you DEI. They gave you everything, and it's never enough. Now you say you want reparations. I seen what y'all did with them COVID checks. So reparations ain't gonna do nothing.
Now you want reparations? Family. The Million Man March was also the demand of reparations. The demand of reparations has been on the table for quite some time. So the fact that, like, she brings it up now, this is one of their talking points. And again, it's part of the distraction war. Because what they want us to do is to not revert back to what we know. But see, we got to understand why these type of individuals are dangerous, because these are scary, colonized mind, wannabe coons. And so they cannot be allowed to be intermixed or confused with us and represent our interests, because they're coons. And when on top of that, they're colonized. So there was never any fight in these people. So the colonized cannot, there is no league between the colonized and the oppressed. They can only follow the oppressed's lead, because we're the only ones still in the fight. They've quit a long time ago. They've conceded. So there is nothing for them to be able to implement into this conversation. All they can do is follow. And they don't want to do that. So Pan-Africanists, accept that. We call the shot. We're moving the needle. We run the yard. Right here on this channel for the last 5 years, family, since you guys have been listening to my voice, have I not told you what we were going to do? I'm so severely shadow banned, but I can tell you I will cost you over $100 million and upwards to $1 billion, because right here out of this microphone, I told everyone we're going to make you spend your 2024 budget in 2022. Y'all got Raphael Warnock $91 million in a week to beat Herschel Walker. To beat Herschel Walker. Remember that Black News publication that y'all gave to the two women? Y'all gave them $9 million. That thing never got off the ground, baby. Black News Channel, Byron Allen, gone. CNN, their news and the News Plus and the Urban app, gonzo. New Black media runs the yard. We have been able to cultivate a network and an entity. And here's the one thing: when they first asked me, hey, do you own New Black Media? New Black Media is more than ownership of one person. This is a movement. This is more than myself, clearly, because, realistically, most people don't even associate me with, when they say New Black Media, they don't think of me. I'm the last person that comes to mind. For some people, I'm the last person that they want to think of. But you can't argue with what we were able to get accomplished here. This is an entirely new ecosystem existing of us and our voice. I'm willing to take all the lumps for that. Who else has done that? Who else before me was looking to do that? There's so much power and strength in our own voice. I recognize that, I realize that, and I stand on it. So as the person who has gave you the banner of New Black Media, what can you really say about what you see right now when you are watching mainstream media delineate? You, Black folks, your voice is now mainstream. What are we talking about? You're just complaining. Really?
And
That's
Black
why
American people, can y'all please stop talking about what the white man is doing to hold y'all down?
Oh, word?
I got friends who couldn't afford tissue growing up, so they used to go in the bush and use a leaf to wipe their doo-doo, their shit. Where are they from? Country, Jamaica. And all of them just bought their girl Benzes this year. Wait, I don't know if all of them was wiping their doo-doo with leaf, but all of them came from nothing and all of them got their girls Benzes this year. And it's not about the Benz or the bags. The point is, life in other countries is harder than it is in America. Immigrants come here and have it harder than you as an American, and they still make it happen. They buy more land than you, and they don't even go here. They're not.
It's funny because, ma'am, the reason why you're complaining is because you realize how fast white folks could take it all away from you and send your ass back to wiping your ass with a leaf. They can't send us back nowhere because we built the infrastructure that you even came to. We ain't the same, baby. And y'all need to respect that. We are not the same. We are exceptional. And when we're exceptional, we just need to own that. I wish a lot more of our people here in this country would understand that. But here's the other problem with the distraction war. We have been overly inundated with individuals like this who wipe their ass with leaves, come to America, intermingle and twine themselves into our culture, get in positions, and then start talking like this. No foundational Black American is giving a crap about what some white supremacists is talking about. That's why these people, that's how you will always know the difference between them and us. They are obsessed with pleasing white folks. And then, but see, the one thing that makes them feel better is to say that we're doing something that caters to white people. They want us separated. Baby, we've been alone forever. Our existence here in America has only been in the last 20 years of your people being able to come here to this country. Who the hell you think we were around for all of these years? Us. Us. And the devil for centuries. And yet, we're the only people on the planet willing to kick their ass. You, on the other hand, man, I don't know, y'all, but me question with them people about, you know, when white people get mad, you know what they gonna do. Take yourself back to your little hut. This is where real revolution kicked off. That's why there's things that happen in this country that you're not even aware of. You understand, when the poor white peasants of this land started listening to the free Moors and started getting with the natives, they started bucking up on the British. There is a whole reasoning behind forcing Black people in this position and elevating this white mindset of the white poor subject mind. And that's what they're doing right now, is promoting the poor white mentality. Because it's like they've never won amongst themselves. That's why they've always hated the Jews. They don't want to say, the Jews, they know the Jews is white. But it's a whole class thing with them that they won't admit. But here's the funny thing about their whole thing right now. Your voices are still funded by them people. And moment one, you think you're gonna question them. They'll take the anti-Black words right out your mouth in real time. Welcome to American politics, kids.
Than it is in America. Immigrants come here and have it harder than you as an American, and they still make it happen. They buy more land than you, and they don't even go here. They're not from here. And you still talk about what got taken from you during slavery? I know Grabaleaf owns a jet. A man that is not from your country owns a jet in your country, and you talking about what the white man did to you still if you don't. And girls, I hate when...
Okay. So totally ignoring Black folks owning planes, and you say something about some jopper coming over here that now he owns a jet based off of American money. None of these people see what happened to Kanye West, the billionaire? In a day, he wasn't a billionaire. You see how they do Dame Dash right now? And they still cooked Harvey Weinstein. But no way were you going to let him get away with dogging that white man. Now, do you understand why they did Dame Dash? I don't even think a lot of people don't even get that. That's about Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, piece of shit, Harvey Weinstein. The reason why Dame Dash is broken, why Jay-Z betrayed him, Harvey Weinstein. He might not want to admit it. Yeah, I know it's true. He do what the devil. This is his business. This is Nickelodeon, baby. The devil's playground. And it's pay to play. Every group of you, what they say, he had a good run. But see, these little low-level idiots, they think like they're going to come up. They're not. If you guys believe that coming over here shitting on Black America is going to get you on, look at all the Black celebrities that they just take down like it ain't nothing. Kanye West was a billionaire, and then he said something about them people, and in a day, he wasn't a billionaire no more. In a day, he wasn't a billionaire no more. This is how these people play. They'll put out a movie called Long Kiss Goodnight. Turn around and give you 9/11. And say, think nothing of it. Blame the Arabs. And now, oh, by the way, Saddam Hussein, he has weapons of mass destruction. So we're going to go over there and blow his brains out too. Because anybody that thinks that they're going to establish any kind of currency up outside of here, or you're going to siphon off this reserve of oil you're going to take over the world like you want to do. We're going to get into this distraction war thing for real. So let me finish with this tether here, because we're going to get into some heavy stuff here.
You say, I had to become a stripper. I had to sell pum pum because life was hard. I'm a Jamaican woman. I chose to stand up in the hot sun and sell water to get capital to start my business, because I can go back home and see what real hard life is. So I'm grateful for every opportunity I have in this country. And many of us successful immigrants, we didn't have food stamps, Section 8, none of that.
Yes,
we
you
got
did.
More than you in your country.
Yes,
so stop
you
talking
did.
about what the white man is doing to hold you down. You're holding yourself down with your mindset. You're unstoppable, king and queen. They can't hold you down. Fuck.
And this is why these people need to be deported. You're only here because of us. You're not here because of yourself. You're not here because they like you. You're here because of us. And because you were useful tools against us is why you're still allowed to come here today. But this is the distraction war that they have been. And so my thing about them, they're more of a nuisance than anything else. That's why, for me, I personally have turned my attention toward the voices of white supremacy. Started with Charlie Kirk. Guess we got to go on to Matt Walsh now. The unfortunate luxury I do have is being around this situation for more than people would understand. And sometimes, folks can call that shot, and it needs to be done. Judah Israel in the building. Salute to you, my good sister, and thank you for being a member as well. And of course, always being my good and faithful moderator for these last 5 years, almost 6 years. So salute to Judah Queen. Well, Judah Israel. Let's go ahead and get that correct for those who know. And we've actually featured her here on this broadcast before. And her story as well. So thank you, good sister, and salute to you and the family. Hopefully everybody is doing well. It's been a while since I see moms in the chat, but so salute if you're watching too. So moving on, I want to get to Venezuela. Because like that disrespectful tether doesn't understand things in this country that have moved and has been at, I guess, one of the forefront of our, vocal movements. We've often spoke up for Africa. Multiple different conflicts in Africa over the last 40 years, especially. And then just to see all the disrespect we get now, because see, here's the thing: we thought that we were going to be able to enjoy some kind of Pan-African connection. But all we got in return with being open invitation individuals is we've been betrayed. And we have so many outsiders that got in political positions and turned their backs on us. You have to blame those people as well. You can't be mad at Black American for watching us have Black politicians and so-called Black faces in high places. You're amongst the caucus that calls itself the Black caucus, and you absolutely crap on the lineage of foundational Black Americans to promote immigration. And here's the thing with immigration. It'll always be limited on the dark skin, but it opens the floodgates for the blonde blue eye. So why are Black people? Why are Black Caribbeans? Why? Because they're colonized. They're colonized minds. So their benefactors are what? The French, the British. So they're always looking to European immigrants. Always. We are not the damn same. And by that, we have to we all got the same color, but we don't have the same spirit. And that matters. We don't have the same connection whatsoever. So let me go and start with Venezuela. And so, as you know, we have taken their president or whatever. I've been watching this thing for a while. Let me get this other window up because I have that. Where's that? Yes. Let's bring this up here. Okay. So let me get this here. This is just Google. I wanted to know when the conflicts start. Okay. So it says the conflict between the U.S. and Venezuela has deep roots, escalating significantly with Hugo Chavez's rise in 1999 and increasing socialist policies, but the most intense phase marked by direct U.S. military strikes and the capture of President Maduro began with Operation Absolute Resolve on January 3rd, 2026. Following months of heightened tensions and sanctions. Let's see. So key stages. Early 2000s, tensions grew as Chavez pursued anti-imperialist socialist policies, challenging U.S. influence and nationalizing oil assets, leading to expropriation of U.S. oil companies. You understand what just happened there? So when we're saying final resolve, what is the final resolve? It is their country, Venezuela, getting the colonizer, the American government, up out of their land and those companies, big oil, and getting them out of the region to then let the people prosper from that money and those resources. Now, well, of course, we're going to get most stories here that tell us that the people didn't get anything. They're going to flood that. But legitimately, even still, should Exxon's not breaking off the American people? Mobile oil is not breaking off of the American people. Big oil is not doing that. You know what I'm saying? We're not getting checks from Chevron. So this ain't about the American people. Let's knock it off. But I just want you to see that it's about this oil. This is early 2000s. You understand me? So in 2010s, relationships deteriorated further under Chavez and then Nicolas Maduro, with accusations of U.S. interference and support for opposition efforts, leading to sanctions and diplomatic expulsions. And now, if y'all remember that even Venezuela was kicking out Americans. See, this is a situation that's been going on. And you do see that it says 2010, so that means that Barack Obama was president. So this is not a left or right-wing incident. This is American and their puppet masters pushing an agenda. Late 2025, a significant buildup of U.S. military presence in the Caribbean and increased pressure, including large rewards for Maduro and strikes on alleged drug trafficking vessels, preceded the January 26th event. Now, if you remember, they were doing a whole bunch of saying this is, what was Trump calling it? Trump was calling it drug terrorism or narco terrorism or something like that. Okay. You believe that? I got a bridge to say. Yeah, you got a bridge. Okay. Yeah, sure. So let's take a look at some older footage here. Hopefully I don't get dinged on this. Maybe not.
You called President Obama once an ignoramus. Don't you think that insults, Mr. President, don't harbor peace?
No, si fuera por insultos.
Well, if you talk about insults and name calling, well, if we withdraw the insults and those name calling, then we can have peace. Well, we need to do that, but all of us. Now,
he's talking about Obama. So I'm just putting this out there for you to understand. This is not. Don't let these people run you down a tailspin of, man, it's not about Trump. And if we had Kamala, none of this would be happening. This conflict was ramped up under Obama. We following us? We following here? We following this? Just giving it to you how it is. No fluffs, no extras. Just give it. I'm only giving you what's here.
How Bush called me.
A mí me tumbó el gobierno de Bush.
The Bush government toppled me. They asked for my assassination. They disrespect us.
Sencillamente uno responde.
We reply in a firm manner, in a hard manner, but it's not the way you call a president or a human being. I said today, it doesn't smell sulfur anymore in the United Nations. I want that we have new winds of warmth, of hope. Now, who has been insulted is us. Bush aggressed, abused the world.
How do you know? How do you know they tried to assassinate you?
Ooh-wee, Larry King. Come on, bro. You know, when you say they tried to take him out, I think they know. And eventually he passes, like I said, he got cancer. But I'm just pointing this out to y'all so you guys don't listen to the propaganda. This has been a thing, and this is not a right or a left thing. This is an over there, them pulling them strings thing. And I heard one of the Rothschilds just recently came out and said something about, having peace. Yeah, because it did your bidding again. People do this they doing this right in front of the world's face, and people still like, yo, Donald Trump. Your Trump arrangement can't be this damn terrible, is it? That you just can't really see what's going on for what it really is? Man, I hope y'all just look past the propaganda. Send this video out to a family member that needs to know better. And I'll probably go back up and clip this segment, But good grief.
How do you know that?
Yo vi mis asesinos.
I saw my assassins.
Estuve una madrugada prisionero.
At dawn, I was a prisoner in Venezuela, being a president. They took me to the seaside. I was debating with those who wanted to murder me. They received the order to kill me. However, at this very moment, a group of soldiers refused. They did not kill me, but I saw those who wanted to kill me. And the order came from the White House. There is no doubt in my mind. The same thing as the order to kill Salvador Allende and to kill Che Guevara.
You have to look at the date because they hadn't yet gotten to Muammar Gaddafi. Y'all need to understand. I hope these people really watch this video and just understand it. This is not a part. It's a bipartisan puppet agenda. Just like making sure they got everybody herded in for herd immunity, which is these elite individuals have a word for the average person, and it's called goyim. And that means cattle. What do you do with cattle? You herd cattle. And how do you maintain or you put ownership on cattle? You brand cattle. Well, what is a way of branding cattle? Does it necessarily need to be internal or external rather? Or can it be an internal brand? Something like, what the Bible might call the mark of the beast. Just could that possibly be? Just wondering. And so going all the way back to Barack Obama, and he's also talking about George Bush. So this is speaking all the way from the early 2000s through the next president, which is Barack Obama's 8 years. So this conflict now that is in 2026, 2025, 2026, now resulting in what you're seeing right now, this has been going on for over 20 years. It's not a brand new conflict because of the orange man. No, he's just one more cog in this wheel. Don't be lost on him. Pay attention to what the problem is. And the problem is the powers that be. Why are they doing this? And I'm going to get more into this agenda in a minute. But let's finish hearing more of this.
And to kill Puerto Ricos, and the same thing to bombard Panama, Nicaragua, the Dominican Republic. That's our history, and we want a new time. We want peace.
Can't have peace with the devil, can you? And I guess that's the one thing they're learning over there. Let's hear what, let's hear a little more of this guy.
If the U.S. empire thinks that by invading Venezuela, they're going to stop the Bolivarian Revolution, they are very much mistaken. They are very much wrong.
Era una cosa ridícula.
That's totally ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. This confirms our denunciations. We are facing an empire that wants to become the owner of the world, and they pretend to give orders to the world. Well, those governments that accept the illegitimate orders of the United States, that's their problem. We do not take those orders. That's their problem. Of course, there's a positive side to this. We have no interest whatsoever in buying weapons from the U.S. The arms we have bought from the U.S., we could reject them. We don't want them. We can give them back to the U.S.
You ain't heard nothing about that part in the news now, have you? Yeah, you didn't know that they were giving arms to Venezuela now. See, they don't put that part in that conversation now that they selling you right now. Now, do they? Yeah, see, I'm telling you, I've been watching this conflict for over a decade now because I knew that there was something here. And so I had to figure out what is it about Venezuela. That's when I went and I was like, oh, so we ain't never going to leave them alone. Not until we can go over there and secure that oil. Got it. So you have to know what it is because, again, like I said, in my career, I've been, it's a gift and a curse to be privy to certain information. It's also the reason why I'm blackballed. But, hey, for the small few who can hear the sounds of my voice, hey, man, y'all better take this information and go research it. I'm not a person out here to blow smoke. Telling you, there is an issue here. What you just heard right there is that they're talking about arms that the U.S. was giving Venezuela. Sound familiar? Kind of sound like maybe a bin Laden or a Saddam Hussein. For those who don't know the histories of those ordeals as well. See, this is what America do. They fund what's going on there. They give arms and then they turn around and say, well, we're not getting along with this leader because he's thinking about his people now. Time to get back to that good old American interest, which is not really American at all, but let's keep going.
But you do have a problem with the United States because they have the power to refine your very specialist oil that you extract in Venezuela. And you are dependent on selling still very large quantities of oil to the United States.
So to put this in perspective, the oil that Venezuela has is so crude, it's twice the concentrate of the Saudi oil. So you're doubling your money. Make sense?
Our biggest consumer.
Ellos dependen de nosotros.
They depend on us. We do not depend on them.
Si yo en este momento
If just now, today, I decide to stop selling oil to the US, well, among other things, the price of oil was just shoot up to what, $100 a barrel, perhaps? However, this oil will not be lost. There are many people
traders
wanted to buy these oil, traders, big consumers in Europe, China, Asia. We are ready.
All of that's a little longer of a clip, so I won't be playing all of that one, but I wanted you just to get the gist of what this is going. Hugo Chavez died back in like 2015. So put this in perspective, how long this has been going on. So that's why I'm not even worried about playing you Maduro. They're going to sell you whatever they want to about Maduro. He only been there for, I guess, a decade, if that. So don't fall for the BS, folks. No. And so here, let's look at how some of the other world leaders are addressing scenarios here.
Let's talk about what's happening near Venezuela. We have seen the US administration going after drug boats, they say. We've seen more than, 80 people killed. And if it is about drugs, do you think that Colombia could be at risk here?
No, lo que está detrás es lo mismo que está detrás de la guerra de Ucrania.
¿Qué es? Which
Petróleo. Petróleo.
Que los americanos van atrás del petróleo. Americans are chasing
No, lo que está detrás es lo mismo que está detrás de la guerra de Ucrania.
¿Qué es? Which
Petróleo. Petróleo.
Que los americanos van atrás del petróleo. Americans are chasing
Tiene
oil.
que ver con todo lo que he hablado en esta reunión, que a veces tú pues, la coges como un tema ajeno, pero está en el centro de las circunstancias. Entonces se llama petróleo. Colombia no. Venezuela tiene una de las mayores o la mayor reserva del mundo en petróleo hasta ahora pesado. Ojo con esa definición. Y en Ucrania hay reservas. Y en general todas las guerras de este siglo han tenido que ver con el petróleo.
We know President Trump is transactional.
Don't let these people lie to y'all, folks. You understand me? They've been putting things in place like Letterman, like a Lego city. You understand? These people ain't playing no games, folks. Y'all better, just look like, they went over there to go get that. And so let's hear what let's see what this guy got to say. Let's hear some other folks.
If you want to have war, you will get war. If you want to destroy China, you will be destroyed. If you want to impose nuclear war on China, you will be wiped out by nuclear war. This is very serious. China's policy is very clear. China will not fire the first shot, but China will not allow you to fire the second shot. If you have not watched the Victory Day parade in Beijing on September the 3rd, one of the weapons China demonstrated is a missile with all the warheads. We call it 61 because it can contain 60 nuclear warheads plus one hydrogen bomb. Now, in the world of today, let me tell you, which country has hydrogen bomb? China is the only country with hydrogen bomb. And that ICBM can cover every corner of the world in less than 20 minutes and destroy any target in any corner of the world without any possibility of being intercepted. I hope Washington has learned the lesson.
See, what they gonna play us on TV is a bunch of these arrogant idiots. And they're going to act like, oh, they're just going to fall in line and that. No, they not. And this more, I just carried out something else saying it's against ISIS in Syria just a couple hours ago. Let's hear a little more.
The fact is that the government of India is not standing up to the US administration when they are saying that we will impose 500% tariff on whoever is purchasing Russian oil. The President of the United States is repeatedly mocking our Prime Minister, and yet the entire government is silent on that. They should answer these questions. So where they're buying oil from, if it helps India, so be it. But not at the cost of being mocked at. Why are they mocking my Prime Minister? And where are these so-called fanatics of the Prime Minister gone now? Why are they not standing up to this mockery of the United States?
Interesting. Being mocked over there. And, it just makes me wonder about all of these Indian. And what's so funny is that he's doing the mocking, and his vice president's wife is they people. That's the price you pay when you sold your soul to the devil. Hey, Vivek, Rammy Swammy. How's that working out for you, buddy? How's that working out? Let's see. Let's hear from the disaster in chief himself. Let's see here.
But now we're buying oil from Venezuela, so we're making a dictator very rich. Can you believe this? Nobody can believe it. You know where the oil, their oil is garbage. It's horrible. The worst you can get, tar. It's like tar. And to refine it, you need special plants. And Venezuelan oil, which is a heavy oil, very good oil, great oil. It's fantastic for certain things like asphalt roads. Best there is in the world for asphalt roads and other things.
So when it's useful, it's good. When it's not useful, it's bad. Yeah. Just saying. Let's keep going.
We've had a great meeting with the oil executives. We've sort of formed a deal. They're going to be going in with hundreds of billions of dollars and drilling oil, and it's good for Venezuela, and it's great for the United States. A lot of money is going to be made. Oil prices will come down, although they are getting down pretty good now without it. And it was a great meeting we had today with the biggest companies anywhere in the world.
Meetings with who? Meetings with oil executives. That's who. Oil executives. That's who. Because this thing, just like the conflict in all of our conflicts, it's been about oil. This is no different, and I need y'all to understand that this is absolutely about the powers that be. So whoever, is there an echo? Are we doing the echo thing? Let me see. Just saying. Let's keep going. Hopefully the echo's gone. Because I know that there's an echo on the other way. I was sharing videos, but this should. Oh, it's fixed. Echo stopped. Okay, cool. So this video here, let me see. Let me get it in here. I'm gonna play it this way because this is interesting. This video that I'm about to play is from back in March of 2025. And it's interesting to where we are today. They make up whatever excuse they will about what they're doing. But in reality, we just have to be honest about what we see. And in this case, you just kind of let it be what it is. You see when they're plotting and planning. Again, let me just set this video clip up. This clip is from March of last year. Let's go.
Welcome back. President Trump held a closed-door White House meeting yesterday with 15 oil executives. While there was no talk of tariffs, they did speak of furthering innovation, artificial intelligence, and what the energy sector needs. The White House says this. Today, President Trump met with leading oil executives who are eager to unleash American energy after 4 years of Biden's radical climate regulations. President Trump reaffirmed his commitment to restore America's energy dominance and drill, baby, drill. The Trump administration approved the Venture Global CP2 plan, and that is a plan to export natural gas from Louisiana. Energy Secretary Chris Wright said that cutting red tape like this will allow the U.S. to meet growing energy demands for decades. Joining me now is American Petroleum Institute President and CEO Mike Summers. Mike, great to see you. Thanks so much for being here. You were in that meeting at the White House. Can you tell us what was discussed?
Well, this was really a meeting that was 4 years in the making. Under the Biden administration, the oil and gas industry was not.
So they had been planning and plotting and planning and planning and plotting. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? So, what does that say? It tells you that this move to get to Venezuela's oil, what do they call this thing again? What do they call that? I just read it. What is the name of this action here? Operation Absolute Resolve. Absolute Resolve? Really? Doesn't that sound like final resolution? Isn't that the final solution? Doesn't that sound vaguely familiar? Yeah, we're going to go with the absolute resolve. That sounds like Operation Final Solution. I'm sure that one must be reserved for black people, but, you know, they definitely put this one out there. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know, this is what you can expect out of these demons. Okay, so let's see, where do I need to go next? So from the Venezuelan conflict, distraction. Because remember, back in, like, for those who are old, we learned that the Vietnam conflict basically came at the same time as civil rights. So getting away from the present clear and at home issue with Black America, demanding equality, justice, and economic justice, well, here comes an international conflict. Around early 90s, late 80s, big wave of Black colleges and Black college attendance and HBCUs were gaining speed. Their merch was being sold everywhere. You've seen people with Howard sweatshirts that didn't even go to Howard, Clark Atlanta. It's because, and Spelman, all of these shirts are because of at the time there was a big pro-Black wave. There was the music, Poor Righteous Teachers, X-Clan, Public Enemy, you know, NWA, Ice Cube, and a lot of these different entities. Stetsasonic has always been a steady throughout all of that time. They are very instrumental in linking up with Bono from YouTube. And that is basically how the artists stopped the money of Sun City and started working on everybody else divesting from South Africa's apartheid system. Once again, foundational Black Americans right there at the heart of it. Right there at the center, baby. But I know it's hard for people to accept and understand, but, you know, because we're just not looking to Africa and you're just, miss me. You know, we evolve. And right now we have evolved into the position to where we are simply looking to ourselves and we're looking to better our position in this country and globally as well, because we are the group that has been hindered. Yeah, Vietnam, Hamburger Hill. Absolutely. There's movies about this. And what did they do? They drafted a lot of who? Young Black men. So it's a thing. Even like look at the Korean War, World War II. There were Black folks who were having money. All of a sudden, these black men start getting drafted. But here's the thing about that is those black women had money because they were getting money sent home from their husbands who were in the service. So white women were feeling some kind of way about that. They don't teach this in feminism class, though, because Bell Hooks avoids all that. If you look at her stuff, she'll talk about how white was always against black women. No, they look to push some other line towards black folks there. And that's no mystery. No mystery whatsoever. Let's see. So let's see, we're going next. So next, let me get to ICE. The things that are happening now. Let's see, where do I want to go first? I guess I'll do this one. So let's start with. Let me change this banner. Where we at? I thought I had it there. Where we at? No. So we're going back to this. So the other thing. Is going back to the distractions with the ICE and the border patrol individuals out here, and then also I'm keep an eye on the Democrats because something that I am looking for from them is to start pushing this Michelle Obama notion of do something. You know what I'm saying? I would be mindful of that. Keep an eye on the do something attitude. And then also the rebelliousness of black people in authority. I don't know where this echo is coming from. I'm not sure. Like, do you hear an echo now? It seems to be coming and going. I'm not sure what that's about, but I'm finna play this press conference from this police woman. So this is gonna run for a couple of minutes. So let's just hear where, and then we're going into this police. Well, this I believe this is being used as a tactic. To promote something. And one of the politicians from here recently spoke on this. So we're going to get to that after. It came and went, keeps going though. That's crazy. Who knows? Oh, well, we're going to make it do what it do, folks. So here is this police press conference with, of course, they always got to find the sister to get out there and go be the loud Democrat. Hold on, let me get hey, hold on. Okay. All right. There we go. Here we go. Oh, crap. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all. Just had that thing going. Okay, I'm just playing part of it.
Good afternoon. I'm Rochelle Bilal, the sheriff for the city and county of Philadelphia. And I say her name, Renee Good. Renee Good. Renee Good. This should not have happened, but we're here today. Let know that law enforcement professionals, real ones, not the fake made up ICE, probably Trump's new army to attack citizens of the United States. Did you hear what I said? No law enforcement professional wears a mask. None. None. Those that come into our communities wearing a mask to commit crime, thank God for our district attorney, Larry Krasner, who said he's going to lock them up. And I'm saying now, we are not going to whisk you away for them to hide your identity, because when you do it there, you're getting arrested there. No whisk away for them to hide you. None of that here. None of that here. Law enforcement professionals do not shoot at moving vehicles. I'm not saying fleeing, because she wasn't fleeing. She was getting out of the way. Law enforcement professionals do not stand in front of moving vehicles invoking an action that is illegal. No, we don't. And so we stand here today with all those who stand against the made up fake, what you can call ICE professional law enforcement. I don't call them none of that. I call them made up fake wannabe law enforcement, because what they do is against not only legal law, but the moral law. So I'm with the DA, and we will work with them. If any of them want to come in this city and commit a crime, you will not be able to hide. Nobody will whisk you off. You don't want this smoke, because we will bring it to you. And the fake, whatever they call them, because I can't say the name, but the criminal in the White House would not be able to keep you from going to jail. Renee Good should be here today. And to her family, we are saying law enforcement professionals are not the ones here in this city that would do that. But here's the last thing that I would say. Law enforcement professionals around the country do their job. And we have been fighting for years to build that bridge between us and our communities. You have one negative nutcase that causes this problem, and now we all have to fight again to let people know law enforcement works with communities. These crimes would not be down if we didn't have communities work with us. Thank you.
Well, you know. Hey, Naima Buckner. I'm sure I butchered that name, but thank you so much for being here on this Saturday afternoon. I appreciate you. Black Spider. Big Bertha. Woo! You ain't right. Oh, you ain't right for that. Now, see, I want to play that and then give you the flip side of that. Because here's the flip side. You know, they found the Democrat black woman to roll out there in front of the cameras. You get out there, you know, and you make it look right. But wait. You think that MAGA would be outdone? No, of course not.
Several agents, ICE, HSI, are officers. They are agents of law enforcement. If you box them in, with vehicles, it is reasonable for them to believe that they are being ambushed and that this could end in a deadly situation. And it's reasonable for them to use force based on those conditions.
Okay. Okay. So do you see how both sides are using their tokens to come out here and they're literally was there no audio for that? Hold on. Was there no audio? Hold on, wait. Come on now. They're not doing that to me now. Hold on. Let me see. Let's see what I got here. Let me see. You can hear me? Could you hear him? No, that's me playing in the background if you're hearing that. But it still might be in there. Okay. Yeah, it's playing. Okay. Maybe crew is rewound back to the previous video. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right, let's go. Let's keep rolling with you got a damn storm in Oregon. No, actually it's clear as hell out here. It's as cold. It's finally clear and cold. No rain. Imagine that. But it's cold as hell. Today, I don't think it's bad, but woo-wee, it has been because anybody who's been out here, like you can get, it's chilly at like 40 something, but good grief. It's like 40, but feels like 32. Got that real cold, that more, if y'all know what being out here feel like, there's a cold chill that's in the air. So it'll be like 50 or 45 or something like that, but there's a chill in that air that's like, woo! It'll get you. It will get you. We ain't got nothing on no Chicago or none of y'all like up there in New York and nothing like that. We ain't got nothing on y'all, but still, when you ain't normally used to that wind or that cold air hitting your neck, that'd be a beef. That'd be a beast. Damp and cold and dark sometimes right now, but it ain't raining. Judah said temps are going back down next week in Maryland. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, I've been good. Okay. Man, see, that's the thing. It's weather out here has been changing. That's another thing. I don't know, chalk it up to global warming or not. I can't say either way, you know. But anyway, getting back to the right-wing police officer that they rolled out there, let him finish his piece. Because what's so funny is you saw the sister out there, so then they made sure that they put this dude out here. So you're getting two kind of two versions of black police officer here. Clearly.
Do not box in any law enforcement officer. You are breaking the law when you do that. And you are putting yourself in danger. Following law enforcement agents around. The question is why? What do you plan on doing?
Right.
It's also reasonable for them to believe that you're eventually going to do harm to them. If you ram any vehicle, especially that one that contains law enforcement agents, and that's any law enforcement, local, state, federal, county, and you do this intentionally, this is considered deadly force. Deadly force is anything that can cause great bodily harm or death. When you plow into a vehicle that contains law enforcement agents, you're using deadly force.
So the situation in Minnesota. The situation in Minnesota is a little tricky because, number one, you have the lesbian couple. What's so crazy about this woman who just got killed, too? She's literally a widow from a man. That's how she got the kid. But obviously now is a lesbian and has a wife or had a wife. And, you know, when you see the videos that come out, this is a woman who was on the ICE Watch group. So she goes around and basically harasses ICE. She's one of those people that goes and she's probably like the doxer. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're from Philly. Oh, salute. Salute to Philly in the house. Hey, salute to Philly. Thank you for being here. Yes, indeed. You know, me and my wife been talking about Philadelphia, too, for like a foodie vacation. If you guys don't know, that will be on the Zilla Perspectives channel. So for if those are food vlogs or travel vlogs, those can be found on my other channel, Zilla Perspectives, where we talk about everything else that's not politics. And so you guys might want to also make sure you subscribe to that channel as well. Zilla Perspectives, you know? So yes, Philadelphia. Shout out Philly. And let's see, let's get into with this ICE thing and them rolling up on folks. And then they shot the girl, the woman out there. Like I said, she's one of those people who are ICE Watch individuals. So we're going to go watch them. We're going to go post up on them and we're going to make sure that they're not doing anything they're not supposed to do, whatever. So they were in a kind of a taunting session with them. I don't understand at all what they were doing. Rayvon, Black Spy, you said you liked that broadcast. Did you like the Seattle vlogs? Did you like our Seattle vlogs up there? You know, because again, Zilla Perspectives, folks. If you have not subscribed to that channel, go over to our second channel, Zilla Perspectives. Yes, indeed. And let's see. English Show 777 says Black Americans been flat out murdered by cops in criminal gangs, and a white woman gets killed, and you're all upset. You've been quiet all. I'm sorry, that's what you meant. Quiet all this time. We're getting killed, and you mad at an effing mask. Yeah, that's pretty stupid. That whole, you're wearing a mask. Stop it. I'm so greedy. There are so many food options here. Yes, there are. One place that I have known, and I guess you could tell me if it's the spot or not, is, and it's not Black owned, I don't think. But this place called Original Max, like Max roast beef, like Original Max's roast beef. I saw a video of them being like the cray. They had some Cray Lights roast beef sandwiches, like Philly roast beef sandwiches, drenched in gravy and sharp provolone cheese. Which, if you haven't had sharp provolone cheese on a roast beef sandwich, like a pot roast sandwich, you treat yourself. If you're a beef eater, if you eat pot roast, you got a little bit of that pot roast left over, get you some sharp provolone cheese. and just put that on some bread. Max's, I know, sell cheesesteak. Yeah, they do too. And I'm like, yeah, I need to try that. Oh, Black Spider, you been there too? You been there too? Yeah, I see. I got to get to Philly. Yeah, I got to get there. I see some stuff out there. Y'all like, and the other thing I like about what I see from Philadelphia is it's so kosher. It's like no pork. There's like no pork. So I'm like, oh, got to be tender. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, yes, indeed. Oh, and before I forget, Antithesis, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Of course, the video was playing at the time, but I just wanted to shout you out. Thank you so much. Antithesis, always out here supporting, not just myself, but other voices of new Black media. I appreciate you. Thank you. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours always. And Happy New Year. So let's get to this other story. This thing that happened in LA. I know y'all have heard a little bit of it. And it's about this brother who was setting off fireworks and whatnot. And I guess they was, shooting up in the air, and then some off-duty ICE agent comes around and gaffles him up. But real quick, I just saw something that I needed to play. Before I get to that, going back, before we transition to LA, let's stay in Minnesota for a minute. And I don't know why these people get out here and do this. I don't know. Maybe some of these videos are maybe even AI. I don't know. But what is this? Shout out Ashley Babbitt. The one who got herself killed on January 6th by Brother Michael Byrd, one of the great American heroes. He made sure that people were safe on his watch by downing Ashley Babbitt. Why was she there? I guess she was worried about the wrong shit. Anyway, back to the story that I was about to talk about. I just had to go there because, there's always one of these guys out there that you can clearly understand. He sleeps with white women. Oh, crap. You couldn't hear him. Shit. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, yes, you're right. You couldn't hear him. Hold on. So you guys don't miss it. My bad. Here he is.
Everybody want to talk about whether or not the ICE agent should have shot the lady. I'm trying to figure out why she was there in the first place. You got a son. You got a family. You out here defending Pablo and Julio like they give a damn about you. Go home and protect your son. Can't do that now. It's too late. Worried about the wrong shit. And it's the problem. When you start dating people, you need to find out what their politics are. What side of the fence are they on? Because I'm starting to realize all the crazies is a bunch of liberals. They're the crazy ones. What woman of yours is going to be out on the front lines battling for fucking Carlos? Carlos is in here illegally. He need to go back to his country. Worry about the wrong shit. Got yourself killed. Good job.
Like I said, shout out Ashley Babbitt. The exact same scenario. Worried about the wrong shit. She wanted to go overturn the election and fight for the president that she wants. Which is president now? Man, imagine had she have made it all the way to 2025 to see him as president. And then maybe she would start feeling like Marjorie Taylor Greene and be like, oh yeah, let me get the hell up out of Dodge. See, here's the problem that they're having. And I said this to actually Matt Walsh and Nick Fuentes. I hope y'all watching my interaction with these assholes because they aren't responding to me, and there's a reason why they're not. I'm from Portland, Oregon, the University of White Supremacy, and for them, a lot of them are very aware that they're the so-called tough arm of their group, which would be the Proud Boys and like Patriot Prayer. They're from here. You see how I move in this city? In this city? Because I can. In this city? These people go out here, y'all got these, they got y'all fooled. They got y'all, they gonna run up on them, they ain't gonna do nothing. The one thing they can do is rely on the ambush. But let me tell you, especially like right around when Charlie Kirk got murked, there were some of these people really feeling themselves. And you might just have to tell somebody that Charlie Kirk shit gonna get you slapped. They'd come out of it. They come out of it real quick. See, the one thing about me is, you know, I'm Seattle loves Oregon. Absolutely. Yeah, we all we got out here, baby. What we talking about? Hey, shit. Tell me when to go. That's the one thing I think people don't understand about us. That's why, like, they come out here and get shook because they're like, oh yeah, we thought y'all like, no, don't get us twisted. We're just different. Everywhere. What DJ Quick say? Everywhere is like Compton. It's just the different speed wherever you go. People gonna just move differently. And this is the Pacific Northwest. And the bottom of this Pacific Northwest is the Bay. That is the bottom tip of the Pacific Northwest. I don't know if a lot of people understand that. This I-5 corridor thing is easy. Shout out to and rest in peace our good brother Black Voltron Reloaded. Used to always tell y'all, like, if you're from out here, you could get in touch with somebody who literally knows somebody over here. So they did like I'm not hard to find. So if anybody wanted to know out here and say, hey, you see all of that shit he say on his videos? You'd be like that nigga, every bit of that. And then some. That's called being thorough. And I ain't known just from this damn internet. Because that's being called thorough. So the reason why I can sit up here and walk a smile on my face, yeah, Black Spider protesting like hell about Minnesota over here. Yeah, they is up there. And let me even be a little more frank here. When it came time to get the fake protesters up out of here, that's one of the rare times that folks come to me to make sure they get my name on some shit. Because, yeah, we don't stand for the things that they're doing. And we're not, that does not represent our community. That doesn't represent the history or the plight of our community. And we are Black Portland. And so with these different voices, artists, entities that are known for being here, known for doing what we do, you know, they had us on there, and this is how all of the destructions and the fire. Don't let them tell you police did it. No, we did. All they needed to see was the list of names on that list. That's all it took. I never met you, but I found you and your family. You already know. Deep as hell, too. I got cousins up there, too. So, I mean, very heavy up there. I mean, but see, that's what people also miss about this area. Like, we are all offsprings of the country. We are the children of the backwood. And I mean the backwoods, off the beaten path, off the back road. Even, I guess, you know, shoot, my wife from the country. My wife ain't even from up here. They got classes at UW about Black Oregon. We're going to get there, matter of fact. That's another part. See, we taking our time today. It's been a while since I've had a chance to chop it up with y'all. So there is a couple things about, because this is what I'm planning to do this year as well on this channel, is giving y'all a bit of our history here in Black Portland, and just letting you know what it has been and what type of mark we have made out here, because people get this confused because they think because you're surrounded by white people, surrounded doesn't mean outnumbered. When you know how to be the faithful few, we know how to get a lot done with very little. So when we see a big thing, we don't get intimidated by that, because we know, oh, I got them, and them. Oh, we're good. It doesn't matter how many of y'all it is. That's how much faith we have in ourselves. Our power did not put us here to be up under you. And that's just how we roll out here. Tell me when to go. You better know where we from. That's all I can tell you. You better know where we from, baby. And we love us. We love us out here. Now, I don't think people get that, because, I mean, like, for people who live in Black saturated areas, we deprived of that out here. So we take being around each other extremely serious. Extremely serious. So for us out here, we got a code. If it's only us in this room, now what I just explained, y'all understand. And for the people who are watching, be like, what the hell did that mean? They'll never be us, family. That's all I can say. What's going on, bro? What's going on, bro? Hey, man, I might have to jump back into space just to holler at y'all, man, because it's been a minute since I got to actually hear y'all voices. You know, so we might have to do something, because it's been a minute since I got a chance to just hear y'all voice in my ear talking to me. I do kind of miss y'all. But you know, I've been extremely busy. Now let's see. Let's get to where we need to go. Okay, so let's get to my the story out of California, where they shot this brother. Off-duty ICE agents. These people are overzealous. So, but I want to get into what we think this really is about. So let's play this video and let's take it all in together, folks.
Oh my God, he just loves so deeply.
Just days into the new year, the mother of 43-year-old Keith Porter is still filled with grief and disbelief. According to law enforcement, her son Keith fired celebratory gunshots into the air with an AR-15 style rifle outside his apartment complex on New Year's Eve.
Armed with an AR-15 rifle, possibly suffering from a gunshot wound.
An LAPD report states the off-duty federal officer confronted Porter, identified himself as law enforcement, and claims Porter fired toward him prompted the officer to return fire.
What should have been a simple arrest and possible a citation has turned into a death sentence.
The family's attorney says this all could have...
Hold on. Does anybody believe that this brother literally after he's celebrating New Year's Eve or celebrating New Year? So we're coming into the new year. You up there with your people, with your family, everybody's celebrating and happy. The duty officer comes around. And hey, I'm a cop. Oh, my mind says in celebratory fashion, let me point my gun at you. Get out of here. I just couldn't let that lie on that brother sit. I'm sorry. I just couldn't do that. Anyway, sorry, folks.
Been avoided.
But instead of staying in his apartment for a trained law enforcement officer from LAPD to respond, he made the premeditated and calculated decision to grab a firearm.
Fox 11 reached out to the Department of Homeland Security. In a statement, the department said the off-duty ICE officer bravely responded to an active shooter situation at his apartment complex. In order to protect his life and that of others, he was forced to defensively use his weapon. DHS goes on to say their officer immediately called police.
According to his version, Keith shot 3 shots towards him. We have questions on if there was any shell casing recovered from Keith's weapon that would indicate he in fact fired the weapon 3 times.
Keith's family and their attorneys say they have yet to find a witness to corroborate that the father of 2 fired towards the off-duty officer.
Now, DHS tells me they're referring any further questions to LAPD, which is currently investigating. We reached out to LAPD earlier today to see if they have yet to identify that off-duty ICE agent. They responded saying as of right now, they have nothing further to share on this case. Pretty Line Tonight, I'm Rachel Aragon. I'll send it back to you.
Ooh, that one pisses me off. That right there, that pisses me off. That's wow. Nah, bro, you good. A celebratory, man, okay. Living in the Northwest, if you've been out here long enough, there's certain things you know, especially lies, certain types of lies. And one thing you'll get used to, hopefully you don't, but if you've lived out here long enough, you'll know that certain things are like used as old reliable. Like, for instance, white women screaming rape around the black basketball players. This is the same type of scenario. And so when I hear stuff like this, and like you saying, bro, no, bullshit. It is bullshit. You're absolutely correct, brother. You ain't got to apologize at all. That is absolute horseshit. You know it when you hear it. No, folks. That man is with his family. When we having a good time, we don't flip on a dime and say, I want to turn my gun toward this another person. No. And to fire 3 shots towards that dude? No. We don't do that. You're not going to lie on that brother to me and have me believing it because you said it. I don't buy that. And you're not finna tell me that. I don't believe that. I do not believe that. That's crazy to me. I mean, well, we having a good time and it's us being around each other. Like, we ain't tripping off them. We ain't tripping off them at all. He pointed his gun and fired 3 shots at me. What are you saying? My guess is he might not have even, well, let's see where he was hit. Did he even know those shots were coming his way? Is the trajectory of the bullets that hit his body a representation of him facing him? Because if you tell me he got hit in the back, don't tell me he was pointing at that man shooting at him 3 times. So let's see what this autopsy looked like. I bet. See, here's my other point of this night. And I guess before I get into the history part, is this all avenues of manufacturing martial law? Because we're seeing things and we're hearing tones coming from certain areas and avenues that sounds like it's promoting inflammatory situations that's already shaking, and you're shaking the soda can, you're shaking it. It's ready to. So we're going to see people now, like, we got to do something. No, isn't now the moment to say we got to react and conduct ourselves calmly and in thought? Isn't that what's supposed to be happening right now? But instead, we're getting them feeding straight into anger without rationale. And me, that just seems like both sides. Here's the red, here's the blue, and there's the person in the back that's flag kind of resembles the color of this shirt, pulling the strings of these entities to force unrest that then says, well, we got to come in and step in and control it all. Rose says they're trying to get us into the BS of everyone else's problems because we're minding our FBA business. And see, I think this is the other approach, bro. Since we're not going to be emotionally invested into all of these other problems, what have we said? We are either going to be made comfortable or everyone is going to be uncomfortable. The powers that be have reserved themselves to saying, F everybody else. Do you understand how much power we actually do have as well? Just want to make sure people catch that, because it's only all of these other groups can get screwed. They're all expendable. All because of us. Just don't want y'all to miss that. But you guys act like you're superior. You go, no. Contraire, mon frere. We've been on the bottom nonstop. But what we are saying is the fact that even from the bottom, the power that we have by far clearly outweighs everybody else. Because the only group of folks they concerned about, not the Africans, not the Jamaicans, not the people and the black people and melanated people all over the world. No. They're so concerned about this group of people who said, yeah, we ain't going to be identified like that no more. Yeah, this is what we are. And we'll tell you what we are. And the world has shifted within the matter of the last few years. But we're some fringe group and some cult. No, just like the other person I didn't even bother to respond to that hopped in my comments that asked, well, what do you guys think you're going to be able to do without any kind of political power? Who told you we didn't have political power? I won't acknowledge that with a response. So I'll respond with it now because my question would be, because I'm not going to take the time out to type any response to such a silly statement. If you believe we don't have political power, then why are the powers that be making America go seize Venezuela? Better follow the big story, not the little one. There goes with Battlestar Galactica. Hold on, y'all. Let me fix this.
Tick faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a Muttley with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods. Giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
right. That camera should be shut. Okay, so let me fix this. This is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Yes, leave. All right, you guys should be able to hear me. I am going to restart this computer while we are still rolling. So bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. I don't understand what just happened here. Okay, so I can see myself. I hear that I'm back, so I'm just doing a restart. I don't know what happened with my microphone, but that's interesting. Maybe I'm talking too much for StreamYard tonight because it's funny. I was able to get into my looking at my system here, so my mic is literally working. It's hot on my computer, but no, it's not gonna be so here, buddy. Yeah. So the powers that be are maybe upset at what we're talking about tonight. Now wait a minute, they just supposed to be focused on the little stuff. They need to be focused on Trump derangement syndrome. See, if they're not focused on that, like it just got to be all about hating Trump. Like, okay, we got it. Okay, you can hate Trump, but see, we got more going on over here. Right. We're gonna see if we are back up in here. Okay. It looks like my mic is working. Is it? Okay, we'll pull that out. I'm supposed to be in there. Do you not? What? Okay, let's go here. Okay. That was weird. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Let me clear. Good. Jeez, that was crazy, man. That was crazy. Okay, so let me get out of here. Wow, that was whack, man. Yes, okay. All right, let me get my stuff back together here. That's crazy. All right, let's get out of here. Okay, yeah. Okay, there we go. Oh, Lord. See, this is one thing I like about recording videos. Of course, I like lives, but recording these videos allows me if things like this happen, I could just cut it out. Oh, crap. Stop that. Right. Okay. Get back that up here. All right. Now, where I was going. Coming back to the town. And is this is this situation being used as an opportunity to promote martial law? And let's hear from somebody from my home town.
He then says, as mayor, I call on ICE to end all operations in Portland until a full investigation can be completed. Do you support the mayor in that call?
Absolutely. And in fact, let's be very clear. The idea of Portland being a training ground goes back several years. The it's clear that the administration has been trying to find some way to spark some kind of response so that they can justify some kind of a martial law issue. They want to find something that will blow up, and they're trying everything they possibly can. We attempted and were successful in pushing that back with our famous frog, and that helped a great deal. Those demonstrations, all peaceful, were going on. We apparently have other folks who are in the area who want to start some kind of violent issue, and we haven't let them do that. I hope we'll not allow them to do that now, but we will certainly investigate this latest incident with the two people.
You know, we're hearing from the Department of Homeland Security this.
With this situation that's happened here, we had somebody get shot, as I reported on the other day. But this is one of those things where this guy here, and for those who don't know who he is, he's the man who authored our reparations amendment. And that's the one that has the dollar amount attached to it. It is already ironclad on describing who gets the money. And so there's that. But nonetheless, it's, you know, we need the numbers here. But when people are talking about they need studies, the reason why they need studies is because they actually do have the numbers to push through the legislation. He wrote legislation that every other area in America can adopt. Easy. And they just need to adjust the numbers based on the location or whatever's going on there locally. So they are not being honest. And I'm glad that he said this, because Portland is often used as a training ground and has historically been used and abused for especially when it comes down to law enforcement and the Black community. Let's just be clear.
This is coming from posts on social media. You know, they're saying that the two people involved in this shooting were members of the Tren de Aragua prostitution ring, and that this was what they say an operation to try to apprehend them. You know, if that is the case, this is what the Trump administration has been saying, is that these are enforcement actions that are going after criminals. What's your response?
I don't believe a thing that the Trump administration is saying, frankly.
Really?
They're saying that the things that took place in Minneapolis the other day were because a woman was trying to run down an officer. That was not the case. The Trump administration tried to bring in people here to try to set up a fight several weeks ago, several months ago.
Exactly.
Just to say that we had bedlam taking place in our streets. We did not, but they wanted to completely to say that.
Now, they known by the way. And so what Chrissy Nome did, and I got, for those who've been around here, one of my partners it was covering what was going down at the ICE building. So I know, and we all know for a fact that none of that was going on. Another thing that Trump came out and said is that crime was down here because of his troops on the ground. His troops never made the ground here. Never made the ground. So remember when they were doing all the Trump just lies and Trump lies and Trump lies? They couldn't tell you what he lied about. Now we have things you can say, this is not true. And so did he lie about Portland? Hell yeah. So how is the credibility going to end up? And I'm telling you, the future of the Republican Party is looking mighty grim. Mighty grim. Because you're going to have to contend with the attitude and the behavior that we are seeing and doing, putting up with right now. And saying, how would anybody come behind this and say, yeah, I'll be furthering this? And you're going to get votes for that? No, this If I didn't know any better, I would have to say Trump is trying to destroy both parties. This looks like a fire sale of both parties. Just saying.
Said that the reason for the effort is to try to go after people who are criminals, and as we've seen, that's certainly not the case. And we have more criminals, more folks with criminal history as ICE agents than they've been able to pick up in terms of criminals.
Don't mess with us folks out here in Portland, folks. The black folks in Portland, we are on some other shit. And we've been on some other shit. He can change his mind and lie on Oregon again quick. Thing about it is, Black Spider, do you know where the ICE office is here? It's in Southwest Portland, on the West Portland waterfront, down the street from the big OSHU campus that sits right on the river. For those of you who have driven through Portland, Oregon, maybe going south to a game or Salem, you're riding on I-5, you'll see above your head a tram going above your head from down to the river, all the way up to the top of the hill. And you'll see this big fancy dancy tram going to and fro. The bottom of the tram, right down the way, is where the ICE facility is. Up the street from the old spaghetti factory. In a former industrial area that has now been moved into a residential / business area. And the building that they use is a former Bank of America processing site. And that's what the ICE office is now. So when you guys hear like, oh, it's this and that, there's one freeway exit, or shall we say, going there. It's not a highly densely populated area, and it's pretty much away from everything else going on in the city. However, the one thing that it is fairly in close proximity to is the prospected baseball diamond that they are looking to do to get the expansion baseball team here. Trust me. Portland was never worried about ICE protests. It is the Trump administration saying, no, well, it's not far from it is OSHU. All of that is OSHU. So from the building, big ass buildings you see on the river to up the hill, that's all the same school. All of it is OSHU. That's they tram. That's a tram. So, like, if people don't understand, like, it's right over there. Like, there's nothing crazy going on over there. There's nothing. Okay, they're out there in the corner. And what ended up happening is the residents had to file a lawsuit to say, stop shooting all that damn tear gas. Because they were over there poisoning, people getting poisoned in their homes because these overzealous ICE agents, for some reason, feel that they need to come out of the facility to go get and engage protesters. There's nobody jumping the fences. There's nobody jumping anything over there. They're standing out there with signs. It is the police that come outside of the gates to come with their riot gear and engage people that weren't violent. And that's what's happened here. So to say that they were trying to institute martial law, yes. And these people, what they did was double down on the nonviolence. So here it really looks crazy, and that's why they're like, oh yeah, there's another story over here. Let's just avoid this whole thing that we were trying to press about Portland, if you've noticed. And then try to make it seem like, yeah, see, we came there and we had the police on the ground, and because of that, the crime is down. No, it's not. And here's the reality of something that they do not want to make popular. That the community can get crime down. They don't want that notion happening. That's another thing they don't, because see, we're so small, we're so intertwined, you damn straight we could do it in the community. Because we're so intertwined. It's not gonna be hard. Everybody knows somebody. That's why it makes it hard for outsiders to come here and do that. That's why when the time they had the little boy Dante Hart before them two sadistic bitches killed him, Devontae Hart caught hugging the cop. And then I remember seeing the picture. I had to hit Facebook because I know the Harts here. Hey, this little boy didn't get killed, y'all, because it don't ring a bell. No. All the Harts are chiming in like, nah, we don't know this kid. Come to find out, he the adopted kid of these two lesbians that I actually am aware of. But I didn't know they had adopted kids. So like the chicks that drove them black babies to their death, oh, I knew who they were. You most best believe I did. And everybody who took part of that bullshit about that, they had this weird ass candlelight vigil thing on Facebook. It was sickening. We're gonna hold up light for friends. We're gonna hold up these candles and we're gonna share our light. And we're gonna they did this whole big sick, self-righteous visual for the two broads. Not I know the broads, yeah. For these two wicked demons that were abusing these 5 black children and eventually drove them off the cliff. And you found 5 of them because there's no telling where Devontae Hart's body ever ended up. But that's neither here nor there. But again, yeah, stolen ancestors, they look real familiar. Yeah, no, because I asked Rhodeezy. They're not Harts. They're not our Harts. No. Yeah, stolen ancestors, No, yeah, you already know. I went straight there. Like, hey, they killed y'all? Nope. Even David chimed in from Texas. Nope. Okay. Then my partner Alex tells me, oh, I was there getting photos. No, he got white parents, 2 white women. And that's how I found out. They got a video. I don't know if that's still up or whatnot, but these weirdos had this boy in a Finding Nemo hat dancing in his underwear and put that shit up on YouTube. And nobody said nothing. Then them kids is getting abused. They drove them off the cliff because they was feeling the heat. I believe that it was something bigger. I believe that they were selling them children. That's what I believe was really happening. And I because of my interaction with the woman who was behind the wheel, I can't say for certain that's what they were doing, but just knowing the energy that she had about especially black males, I would not want that white woman around black male children. And so it is what it is right now. So it says me too. Yo, I'm like, we know the Harts here. So you not finna just say that this kid is a Hart. We know that family here. So you not just finna sell us on some kid hugging a white cop because we know the Harts. So that right there, right off the rip, it's like a family. If somebody said, well, here's this little Whitmore kid. Somebody gonna be like, y'all, is that Mike's kid? That can't be Mikey's kid. Yeah, miss me. Miss me. Remember Black Spider said the freed a whole bunch of black kids somewhere adopted by Whitey. The kids are suing their estate for that. Love it. Good. And that was another thing, because the Harts had older siblings that were kind of aged out. So they just wanted the young ones. Man, I'm telling you, going back to that, them folks and their little visual, they're like, you guys, you should just let us scream our friends. And this is the nature of people who, this is what they were so-called feeling. These are these liberals I'm talking about, by the way. This isn't Nick Fuentes and Charlie Kirksters. This isn't Groypers and Kirksters. No, this is vote for Democrats because she's a black woman type people. But F them black kids. I learned, man, not that I didn't already know, but witnessing this in real time, man, any black person talking about these liberal, man, you better miss me. They don't give a shit about black folks. That's why they so comfortable being in your face, pushing an abortion on you. Because these broads couldn't abort these kids, so what they do? They say, well, we'll still go ahead and put our hand in the mix and drive them off a cliff. Instead of taking themselves out to say, we regret what we did to these children, we have to go take care of all of this evidence. Allegedly. I'm just saying. A lot of smoke there. And so, yeah, keep an eye on things here. But like I said, another reason why they're upset at us is because we've been notorious for putting boots to asses. And that is something we've done in this environment up here called Portland, Oregon, despite our conditions in this environment. So let's take a look. Just look here. We'll just put this here. So let's go through this. So just a quick overview of Black resistance. And think about the reason why they are so focused in on this area. It's because we make up like the smallest percentile of Black folks in a major area. So this is kind of a barometer that they always want to, or a metric that they always want to keep mindful of and say, what can Black folks tear up with that many or that few Black folks in this area if there's a real, social issue that happens? What can happen then? You know what I mean? So they need to know what's going to happen, because here, Black resistance in the 1960s, Portland, centered in the albino neighborhood, fighting systemic racism, police brutality, and destructive urban renewal, aka gentrification. Highlighted by the 1967 Irving Park riot, a catalyst for unrest after civil rights rallies turned violent, fueled by decades of redlining and discriminatory practices that confined Black families to the area and fostered deep-seated tensions with law enforcement, leading to organized protests, demands for justice. We're talking about time before I was on this earth, folks. Key areas of resistance. Let's see if things sound familiar from then to now. Police brutality and discrimination. A major catalyst was escalating tensions with police, culminating in the 1967 riot after a core organized rally discussing police interactions turned confrontational, with rocks, firebombs, and looting erupting over 2 nights. Urban renewal and housing. Black ministers and community leaders fought against city plans to demolish the Albina district for freeways like I-5 and public buildings, protesting racist planning that displaced residents through their small numbers, limited immediate successes. So when you have people starting to build a life and then you come through with your urban renewal and destroy it, there cannot be generational wealth built, because that was government targeted destruction of government wealth or generational wealth. Government sanctioned targeting of one group to prevent generational wealth. But you don't have to, I don't have to apologize for being white. Nobody said that. But what do you say about all of this? None of this has been corrected. This is not even slavery I'm addressing. And right now, I'm only addressing what was done in my city. Community organizing. Activists use public spaces like Irving Park for protests, cultural events, and mutual aid, as seen in the 1967 rally and subsequent demonstrations showing internal revitalization efforts against systemic confinement. Meaning, you are not going to relegate us to the ghetto. We are going to find economic growth any way we need to get it, and we're going to come get our part. And that is the self-determination happening here. Maybe this is why people like Dr. John Herman Clark came here and gave us our curriculum for African American Studies and History here. So we have a special tie to Dr. Clark because he is the author of our Black studies that I grew up knowing. And so for all of this history, like, people got to get their stuff from random sources. This man penned our curriculum, folks. This is Portland, Oregon. This isn't, you would think this would be like South Carolina or maybe even Harlem or something like that. Portland, freaking Oregon. And we got Dr. Clark to pen our curriculum. So we are absolutely students of that man. Literally. Literally, like we learn his stuff. Man, we're fortunate out here, man. We are blessed, but we got a lot of we have a lot of historical folks that came through this way. This I-5 corridor is a piece. It's also an old Chitlin circuit in the Pacific Northwest, from up there where Black Spider from all the way here. So when you see, like, for those of you who have watched the movie Ray, like, I hope y'all understand, when Ray is up there on the Chitlin circuit with the little midget, that's Seattle. All the way up here in the Pacific Northwest. You talking about Chitlin circuit out here. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. That is the, like, we have a rich Black history and a powerful one at that. So, yeah, don't ever sleep on us out here. Black Panther Party. The local chapter provided crucial social services, including free health clinics and breakfast programs, countering institutional neglect and earning community support despite FBI surveillance and negative media portrayal. Major events: 1961, Martin Luther King visited Portland urging local action against segregation. Who knew segregation was going on in Portland, Oregon? You guys never faced nothing. It was only in the South. Wrong. 1967, Irving Park riots, which if you're from this area, we call it Irvington. Irvington is a school, but we call Irving Park Irvington anyway. But it's Irving Park riot sparked by civil rights speakers and rumors. The protests escalated into unrest, resulting in arrests and property damage, highlighting deep community anger. Underlining issues. Let's see. Legalized racism. Oregon's history included constitutional bans preventing Black people from owning property until 1926, fostering a legacy of discrimination that shaped mid-century Portland. And last but not least, redlining. You know, the one thing that the little dumb Angola said he didn't believe ever existed? I'm in a city where this is on the books, you little dumbass. Anyway, redlining, racist housing policies forced Black residents into under-resourced albino neighborhood, creating conditions ripe for conflict. And let me explain something to you right now, ladies and gentlemen. They want to cordon off Jefferson. So my old neighborhood, they have been in the process of gentrifying. Jefferson High School has a middle college program. My cousins and a lot of my other little relatives who went to and graduated from with honors. So it gives you a head start, also giving you college credit going into college from high school. And so what they want now is to streamline exclusion. Because now they want to say, well, no, everybody can't have school choice. Remember what all of these people were saying so many years ago? That's why charter schools were an issue. And they're saying, man, we got to have school choice. We got to have school choice. School choice, got to have school choice because some of these schools just have bad curriculum. So now the Black school that has a middle college program, all of the white kids that don't live in that neighborhood say, well, hey, we can't be part. So what do? They start buying up houses over in that neighborhood and start saying, well, hey, now let's get all of the other Black kids from the surrounding neighborhoods, because Jefferson is the historical Black high school here. So those that are maybe second generation, what we call Democrats, because that's the name of the mascot of Jefferson High School, Democrats. So we got second generation Democrats, like my own children, that want to go from another area back to Jefferson. Because that's the Black school. It's like the HBCU of high schools here. And so they want to go, and it has the middle college program. You have Nike, which is a heavy investor. Now, when it comes down to Portland public schools and the tax money, they have been forever neglecting Jefferson High School with any kind of renovation, so it still looks like it did in 1934. But all these other schools with terrible curriculums and no ties to any kind of community college or university, because, by the way, my son's program that he's in now, about to graduate from Portland State University, actually started at that middle college program and went from the community college, which also was tied to our university. So understand what we're doing here. We're getting young Black children and setting them up for a discounted college experience that still can get a prestigious degree without ending up and leaving in debt. What do we have now? Oh, we have a problem. So many of these little white children that aren't making it and cutting it, they're being left behind. But these Black children, that are cutting off thousands of debt by the way they're doing it and obtaining it with doing the work. Nothing's being given to them, but they aren't in as much debt. I think that's a great thing. Some of these people don't. I think it was when my baby graduated. I know something killed them, but it was upset. Said. All of this group over here with honors. Stand up. $75% of them little black children stood themselves right on up. You hear me? Honor students. 75% of our babies. While they over here crying about how their kids were falling in despair. Our children did quite well in social distancing, didn't they? I'm just saying. So let me see. One more thing I need to touch on. I just want to show y'all a little bit of something because so that's the history of Black Portland. But I'm going to show y'all some of these other things because this is something that a lot of people don't understand. And they be like, well, what you guys just want? You on a handout and blah, blah, blah. Nah. Let me just walk y'all down this real quick. So this is a history of racist planning in Portland. How historical racist land use planning contributed to racial segregation and inequality for people of color in Portland, for black folks in Portland. I know goddamn people of color. Anyway, as Portland moves forward to meet its housing needs, it is imperative that we, the city of Portland and the community, consider our past as we plan for the future. Historical context of racist planning, a history of how planning segregated Portland, Oregon, or Portland is a review of racist planning practices in Portland. This systemic discrimination, which was also practiced nationwide and goes back to the origins of our country, has harmed communities of color by excluding them from home ownership and wealth building opportunities, denying them from access to educational resources. I just told you about Jefferson and what they're now trying to do about tailoring the ability for kids, especially our children, from other areas because they push all of our people out into the numbers to go to Jefferson. So they want to say, no, those kids are out there in Park Rose neighborhood. They should have to go to Park Rose. And my little white kids over here in the hood now, with the old former hood, should be able to take advantage of this school. And now they can get this tax money because there's tax money that's supposed to be going to refurbish Jefferson. These people are fighting to, I guess, try and get the rest of the last of the black folks up out of there before they actually build it. But maybe I'm just being a skeptic. There's some things in here. So let's see. So it's just kind of let you know what's going on. That's why we have fair housing and all of this. Is this the one? No, this is not. Dang it. Do I have that in here? Because there's something that I got to show you all these pictures because it shows you. Oh, that's right. It's right here. Right here. Okay. Open up. Yeah, this is it here. Okay. Hold on. I gotta show y'all some of these pictures because it's one of the pictures is of what was happening, and so all of this out here basically spawns off of what happened at Irving Park. But there was also a situation where this woman was basically forced, because here we had segregated theaters. So the segregated theater would put like black folks in the balcony. So here in Portland, like, because we still had segregated theaters here. So the black youth watch movies in the balcony while the white people below watch. That was with my mother's generation. So when my mother was a teenager, they had to go watch, and like her or my uncles, they had to go watch the movies in the balcony. And that's here in the city. Let me see. So here, okay. So this picture here is kind of funny, but it serves a purpose of what's going on today, and we kind of see the same thing. So if you see Reverend O.B. Williams, now first off, look at what's going on. You see all of this black youth right here, right? So here's all of this black youth. They out here. They unhappy, you know, but they're making a stand, and they got, this is a rally. Oh, so let's look at the caption here. Let's see. It says Reverend O.B. Williams, extreme right with the hat, took great courage in calming the unruly teenagers. That's this guy right over here in the hat. So he was there to do, now y'all stop it. Y'all just keep the peace. Now we need the Lord don't want us out here making trouble. And what we have to do is we got to honor the spirit of Dr. Martin Luther King. And, you know, shout out to O.B. Williams and the Williams family, you know. But this is a little taste of Coonan. And I mean, to shout out to my Mount Olivet family too, because we had to play Brown earlier too. He was over there telling us, man, we got to get used to them and get along with them. This is the type of folks we had here. And, you know, we got to keep it a buck. Stolen ancestors. Portland is a heavy boule environment when it comes down to our community. It's heavy boule when it comes down to our city. Extremely heavy. So you had the pastor on deck. Now y'all don't get on there and start doing that now. This is over here on 7th and Fremont. They right across the street from the wig shop. Let's see. There's more going on here. Oh my goodness. So they even got this. This is funny. Various inciting factors led to the Irving Park rebellion, but the main point of contention stemmed from inequalities and treatment by the police. Black youth considered the heightened police presence in Albina parks and neighborhood to be evidence of their continued oppression. A constant surveillance that one local resident compared to plantation overseers. Many black youth pointed to the unequal policing of Irving Park compared to other city parks. A week after the disturbances, 29-year-old Oliver O'Farrell told the black newspaper, the Clarion Defender, that the police hang around Irving on Sundays, creating tension and provoking incidents. Black Power activist Colden Brown Jr., who spoke at the Sunday in the Park rally, echoed this discontent, identifying a pattern of racism in the city's unequal permit. Oh, okay. Permit enforcement for parks predominantly patronized by white Portlanders versus Irving Park, sorry. How do I address this? I can semi respect some of his effort. But being from the north side, coming up in this Portland connection, I'm from Maryland. Looking at Pastor Hennessy, I see a person who was able to come here and find their career path. I'll put it that way. Do I believe he's a committed activist? I believe he's committed participant. I think his I think his position is limited. I'll put it that way. And I'm being very diplomatic of what I'm saying. I'm not trying to crap over him. He could help who he can help. But I'll say this. The individuals who are really able to move and shake are the people who will be able to invoke change. It's not coming from the Hennessy's. It's coming from people who picked me up out that gate. Mike Fesser. People like that have been part of us. Like, and Hennessy is not one of us. You know, Hennessy is an outsider. He came here, he's definitely made himself, there. But he ain't one of us. You know what I mean? So, because like I said, he's just the easiest way I could put it, he ain't one of us. But no slight to Hennessy. And Janice, Janice used to play for him. That's where we had her funeral. So, I mean, like, it's never been, I don't look at those guys, like even him and Roy Tate, I don't necessarily see those guys as a like hindrance or anything like that. I do say they are still in a position to where they only can see how do we get along? Now, this has to be for my community. And that is what number one, what I represent. Number two, what why I don't participate in certain stuff. And also, here's another thing. Being here from Portland, Oregon, a lot of people take our shit, run with it, and it becomes these big old things. I've watched 3 women make it rich and watch all of these other bogus ass protesters call themselves Black Lives Matter when they all got started by hands up, don't shoot PDX. And none of them give Teresa Rayford a shout out whatsoever. And so one thing I told Teresa is like, anytime you need me, let me know. One thing I can't do is do the people of color thing. So when it's all about us, I'm there. I'm there. Anytime you need me, I'm there. When it's about us, anytime you need me, let me know. I can't do no people color shit. I don't do that. And I'm everybody know. Even when they hit me up around it like this last election. What are you asking me for? So I'm here there, so I was hit up. Like, are you? I have not changed. My position is the same. I'm willing to see having a give me from my neighborhood. Give me a person that I don't have to go all the way to South Carolina. But look at what we could do from this medium between here and all of these mediums across to boast and to push South Carolina's candidate in Marcel Dixon. Get us a Marcel. Don't bring me somebody that's over here pushing the Democratic line. I will not put any effort into that. And y'all know me good and damn well in this town. Get me somebody I can get behind. Come on now, I know why I'm avoided. Don't get me wrong. You know how hard it is to ride for us here, folks? It's very hard. And so stand on it. You have to. Because without that, there ain't nothing else. Because these folks here, man, let me tell you something. There's a lot of go along, getting along. And if you are with it, you could be part. If you're not, then hey man, they're gonna be like, you gotta get up out of here. So we got to rid ourselves also of our distractions from within. And that comes from family, friends, and clergy, associations, and party. We must rid ourselves of that to establish our political position. Because let you look at something. Why you had O.B. Williams out there doing that. Let me get down here because I need to show you this other picture just to show you what. And that's the picture in the thumbnail. So I want to get this too. Y'all, good grief. Here, let me just scroll so y'all ain't sitting up here just looking at scrolling screen. Might send somebody in convulsions or something. Let's get down here. Where's that picture? There we go. This is the one where I want y'all to see right here. So this is, I believe this is from like 1980 or 82, maybe. I believe it's 82. And this says the Black Community Survival Conference to organize Black political power. You see what we doing right here? Oh, no, I'm sorry. This ain't 80. This is 72. 1972. Ronnie Herndon. Salute to that brother. He's one of our, and Kent Ford, our Black Panthers here. Damn. Yeah. So this is what was going on here. Now you think of, you see something like this and then you see O.B. Williams. We haven't really moved away from that type of thing to say, hey man, let's just go ahead and figure out how to just make it work with these people, man. We need them to get along with us. We don't need to just keep pushing our issues in their face. You know what'll happen, man? They're gonna get mad. And you start getting people with the whole cowardly act routine. And so, yes, people might not want our agenda to be at the forefront, but damn it, we have the right to be seen. We have the right to organize for our political power. And one way of organizing our political power is we have to organize within ourselves, which requires delineation. So going back to my first point of this distraction war, the tethers, maxi coats. Oh yeah. So y'all gotta understand, man. We got Ray Elgin or Egan, Albert Williams, Political Prisoners Movement, Carol Blakey Jones, Sonia Emsbury, Welfare Rights Organization, Prison Support Group by Alan Neil Patrick, Albina Art Center Band, Uhuru, Billy Larkin Trio, Billy Larkin, Shades of Brown, Dr. Bill Davis, and Reverend Sam Johnson. So, you know, the Black Power movement has been here in Portland and in the Northwest for quite some time. We have been very heavy, of course, in the Black empowerment movement. And we are just the furtherance of this this tree. We're just another branch of this tree. And we're bearing fruit right now that everybody is upset that they have to sit up here and worry about what Black America is talking about. They have to worry about our demands. Oh my God, these blacks and their demands. Yes, you do have to worry about that. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. I never did play the I never did play the Jasmine Crockett video, did I? Because that's when the sound messed up, huh? So I wasn't even able to get through Jasmine Crockett and her whiny tears. So let me double back before we go. And let me just play this video for y'all because I found this to be quite hilarious. And again, for everybody who's out here pumping this woman like Sister Girl is really for the Black folks. No, she's not. And there's a whole Black man that got killed by an ICE agent who was off duty. But here we are. We got her up here crying on the scene. So she had to save it until she got into session, and then she turned on the waterworks. Come on, man.
It is so hard to sit here sometimes because I didn't come to Congress
come on, man.
To write laws.
Stop it!
Or to do things that are hurting people. I'm just asking if there's any decency or heart or courage on that side of the aisle.
Oh, Judah, you boy, don't you know? I wish I had the my old clip. I need to bring that back. My old what's that boy name? Killer Kyle. What's that boy name? When he up there crying on the stairs. He's over there. Over there. That's what this reminds me of. This is such an act. I mean, you know, I don't know what it's going to take. White women in Texas, especially. Are you seeing me? White women. Are you looking? She need them white women texting folks bad, don't she? Oh my goodness. Over there.
The fact that a woman was killed.
Oh, knock it off.
She was shot in her head and y'all are pretending like nothing happened. I remember when Charlie Kirk got killed. Do you remember what our response was? Our response wasn't to sit there and pretend like it was okay. Is it okay because you have a badge?
How does she refer? She put this woman and Charlie Kirk in the same conversation. Charlie Kirk was at least a personality that people knew. It's not like, you know, oh, I heard the news that something happened to Charlie Kirk. when something happened to this woman, what we heard was, I shot somebody. Not the same comparison at all. But, you know, she hey, go for it, Jasmine.
Because the last time I checked, allegedly no one is above the law. Can y'all not just have a little bit of courage and humanity?
Come on.
A child.
Come on, man. Let's get it. Let's get
Child
it.
just lost her mom. And y'all want to pretend that it is okay. I am asking if there is anyone that will stand for the very people that elected us and sent us to Congress. You tell us things like, well, the immigrants are bad. And so we got to get all these bills because the immigrants are the ones that are causing the harm. They're bringing the crime.
Oh, my life. I had to fight. What the hell? Never forget. She's a drama major as well. You guys didn't know. So acting is one of her strong suits. So if you are unaware, and you know what's funny too, she comes in with the somber, kind of the somber tone. She's toned it down. She got the glasses on. Don't think for a minute, family. The modest look with the tears. This is by design, folks. This is fantastic. This is political acting on 1,000, man.
The mayor of Minneapolis told y'all to get the fuck out. Yeah, y'all are the ones. It is this administration that is bringing crime
Mr.
to
Chair,
their streets. That's what's happening.
It's the third incident where somebody has dropped an F-bomb in this committee, including a video.
I'm sorry.
Including a video
your
that we had to watch earlier.
Are your princess ears okay?
Is it profanity?
Well, but you're
princess
more
ears
upset
offended.
about my words
The committee-
than you are about the fact that a woman.
Are you
The House
soft?
of Representatives.
The gentlelady. Are we
will
offending your
suspend-
princess ears? Are they that soft?
All members will.
Maybe some of the kids out there.
What is she doing?
Killing them.
Kids.
Are they that soft?
Words than you are about the fact that a
Are
woman.
you
The House
soft?
of Representatives.
The gentlelady. Okay.
Is it
Well,
profanity?
but
The
you're
committee's
more
us ears
upset
offended.
about my
Representatives.
words
The
than
committee-
you are about the fact that a
Are
woman.
you
The
soft?
House of Representatives.
The gentlelady. Are we
will
offending your
suspend-
princess ears? Are they that soft?
All members will.
Maybe some of the kids out there.
Mr. Chairman, it is the gentlelady. Killing them.
Kids.
Oh, did she really turn kids? Make sure you get your abortions. Oh my God. The hypocrisy, man. This is outrageous, man. Oh, man. Oh, goodness. Whew. Oh, that's a closer right there. Boy, I tell you, that's a closer if ever was one. And so, family, in closing, don't let yourself fall victim to anybody's cries and pleas when they're only targeted towards one group. The brother that was killed by the ICE officer is a father of two. This woman has one. Okay, yes, that kid is going to be your orphan, but two children also lost their father. She ain't crying near. She ain't even mentioned that, brother. But she is so broken up about this white woman in Minnesota. 2 in the same week, but only one mattered to Jasmine Crockett. All of you Jasmine Crockett lovers out there, I'm going to need you to stop trying to tell us that she give a shit about black people. No, the hell she don't. You see her up here. And she went through the trouble to put on all of the makeup and have herself looking all somber and shit. God, look at this. Y'all don't get the hell about my face with that bullshit. Don't tell me that this woman, right, she came ready to put this whole act on. That's why she ain't got no makeup on. When the hell you ever seen her come out like this with them big-ass glasses on? I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna turn the waterworks on. So I'm not gonna waste all of this 50 eye makeup. I'm just not going here with makeup on at all because I'm finna cry it all over. This was an entire act. And then she look like her wig is halfway on and halfway. What was like she got the tracks and she's like, okay, I'm just gonna roll over on this hair real quick and then come out here. What is this? What is that? Man, this is acting. Yeah, she got onion juice on them lenses. Man, she is really putting it up. When do you see her in glasses? Especially when she broke out the big, thick office joints. Miss me. Y'all falling, man. Don't fall for this, family. Don't fall for this. And here's my thing. For people who want to be so upset at us about what we called out, and come out, number one, again, let me remind everybody, Kamala Harris is not a Black American woman. She is a Jamaican Indian. Okay? And so, yeah. All caked up like an immigrant. How she normally does with all the blush. Dead giveaway. Black American women don't normally wear a lot of blush. That's not a black American woman thing. Jasmine Crockett be having on blush all the damn time. It's like nobody ever taught you that you had red in your skin. She looking like Peppermint Patty homegirl, just a chocolate version. That's right, sir. Oh man, shoot, family, we have had a good one today. I knew this would be kind of a longer one because it's been a minute. It's the first one of the year. And I've missed chopping it up with y'all. So we have been up here for man, we pushing on 4 hours, man. We finna get ready to wrap it up. But the one thing I want everybody to go and leave away with this broadcast today with, in the distraction war that these people want to and have been waging on us, it's all about reparations. And it's all about getting us to get distracted from our objective and our goal, which is obtaining the debt owed to us, as well as establishing a more positive outlook and future for our future, which would be our offspring and our community. And there's just some people who are still stuck on the white man ice being cold. And that's okay. Because over here, we call them part of the 2/3 Club. Shout out dark skinned brother. Salute to you, my good brother. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being a long-standing member. I know how, YouTube do, so you ain't got your badge right now, but yeah, it's all good. And, these folks, they are upset. And it's all about us. It's more about us than anybody would understand. Because when you have scenarios like this, and when you are neglecting our community for everyone else, and we are starting to see it, and considering how when we delineate, a huge part of delineation is pulling a rug from under immigrants. Because so many years, immigrants have hid. They've been able to hide the immigrant benefits and agenda under Black folks while calling Black folks the leading recipients of handouts, when that has never been the case and never been close to remotely true. So we are now standing up on our own and taking our position to promote ourselves and our own interests, and rightfully so, because that's what we are supposed to do. If you don't belong in this country and you are here illegally, then from us over here at the Independent Black Voice, we can only leave you with this phrase. Hashtag fire up the jet. Yes, indeed. So always understand that when these people are coming into our midst, trying to sell us on this and that, we need to be worried about ICE and all of this. What we need to be worried about is the things that are coming towards us, like the brother being shot by this off-duty overseas cop, and which tells you that their main objective is not our community, at least not right now, but this racist bastard that is part of this ICE thing. You know, you have to be on the lookout for that. So you took your opportunity to gun down a brother just because he was sworn in. So we have to be mindful of devils like that and understand that that's the situation we are in. And that is another reason for reparations. If you don't understand the fact that you need to be looking at repairing the people that you harmed, will always remember, pride goeth before destruction. And so what the children of the righteous Most High have to tell you is Babylon is fallen. Babylon is fallen. Let it fall and let us rise. Can you dig it? Yes, indeed. The next time the devil come up, you do this.
Teach your man how to squabble. Teach your man how to squabble. Get that trigger next time, nigga. Get that trigger next time, nigga.
And I'm sure there's some sniveling coon out there saying, hey, man.
Toby be good nigga for massa. Toby be good nigga for massa. Good nigga.
Buck dancing, shuffling, scratching, dancing, shuffling, Negro.
And so for all of you that are still of that mindset and say, hey, y'all black folks need to stop complaining to white people. Well, let me tell you, I speak for myself. I speak for the Independent Black Voice. Those of you in the chat. And those of you in the replay game. And the Black Grassroots. And of course, the voices of New Black Media. I'm sure I speak for all parties involved when we proudly dedicate this song to you.
Get up off of the cocaine, get up off of that crack, get yourself together, and get your mind back.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at beatzillapdx. You can email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And if you feel so inclined to put some money in the bucket, you can do so by donation at CashApp, $beatzillapdx. And we also have we also have PayPal, which is Zilla Muzak. That's ZILLAMUZAK at PayPal. And special shout out to Faith Speaks Life. Thank you so much for the Cash App donation. I appreciate you. Another shout out to Antithesis. Shout out our good sister Black Spider. Thank everybody for tuning in. I believe who else? What am I looking at here? Who else? John Hancock earlier, yes indeed, and Church of Black Power has been a member for 14 months. Salute to all of y'all. I appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you tune into our brother, the Church of Black Power tomorrow for your good Sunday service. And with that, I think we are about out of here, aren't we? Yes, indeed. Remember why they hate us.
Cultural divide. I'm gonna get it on the floor. 40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
Hashtag hands off our reparations.
You have no rights here. We're not under the empire.
Yes, indeed. Family. Make sure you keep your 3 smooth stones at the ready and your slingshot nearby. Stay black. Stay vigilant. Stay alive. Black first. Black first. Black first. Shalom, y'all. Have a blessed weekend and week.
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir, you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. Yes. See, that's what you throw. Yes, right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.
Thank you.